Just painting, y'all.
She's a princess.
She got beautiful eyes, a lioness from a powerful tribe, chosen seed of the Most High. Her daddy was a lion king. She was born in a foreign land, USA in the projects. On the East Coast, down south, the palm tree state. Carolina, where they traded the slaves. She paid rent in Section 8. Clean rooms at the Super 8. Poetically inclined, known to speak lines at open mics. She steps up and bless the mic. Put my shades on, cause it's so bright when she recites the wisdom that she recites. You know the wifey type, make her mine when the time is right. I want her for life.
She's a princess.
Keep her body covered, beautiful with them fringes on, plus the quarter blue. Keep her hair nice and natural. She used to have a revel on, but she regained knowledge herself with the smile of a half moon. Malachi be the chosen groom, sent her parents a gift, young prince from Yehuda land. The blessed seed of Abraham, living under a curse. Keep my photo inside her purse. I think about you too, boo, when I'm out on tour collecting revenue from this block to that block, plus the internet.
Hello, brothers and sisters. My name is Nariah Ben Yisrael. I want to elaborate on some of the debates that I've been hearing, and I just want to go through these scriptures with the spirit of Yah in mind. I want to give all praises due to the Almighty Yahweh. Praise His most holy, glorious name. He is only one. He is the only Savior of this world. And I'm going to prove through the scriptures that He is the only one. Ain't no Messianics, ain't no Christians, ain't no Jehovah's Witnesses, no Muslims, and all these different religions that has this world in turmoil. It's only one way. That's why His name is Yahweh. Yahweh or no way. Period. Yah's way or no way. Okay, first of all, I want to touch on this New Testament. How?
Let me open up.
Okay, I'm good. Go ahead.
Okay, now put on. Yes, I'm Yahuda ben Israel, a Hebrew servant of the Most High Yah. Just like the brother said, it's only Yah, and that's it, and that's all. And we're here to serve Him only, and there's no such thing as a JC or the hippie on the stick. And I was sent from the Most High to pop this corn, and that means tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Okay, first of all, we had a debate where a person was discussing the let us in the book of Genesis. We're going to go to Genesis,
I'll write these scriptures down too. You say 1 and 20,
1 and 26.
Yeah. Okay.
And Yah said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over earth, and over the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. Now, a guy that was debating saying that the us is this JC character is a fictional character out of the New Testament. It's impossible for him to be this because, first of all, Yah has a heavenly host that sits in heaven with him. And you had one guy says that the angels had 4 faces and feet like calves and this and that. That is true in the book of Ezekiel. But also, Yah has angels that look just like us, me and you. And I want to prove that point to you by going to, hold up. I want to prove that. We're going to go to Genesis, the 19th chapter. Genesis, the 19th chapter. And I'm going to go and read. We're going to start with the first verse. Genesis 19th chapter. And this is talking about the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. And there came two angels to Sodom at evening. And Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. And Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them. And he bowed himself with his face toward the ground. And he said, Behold now, my lords, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet, and ye shall rise up early, and go on your way. And they said, Nay, but we abide in the street all night. And he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned in unto him, and entered into the house, and he made them a feast, and did bake unleavened bread, and they did eat. But before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house round about, both old and young, all the people from every quarter. And they called unto Lot, and said unto him, Where are the men which came into thee this night? Bring them out unto us, that we may know them. So, in order for these people to come to this house and ask Lot about them men, which were the angels, they wanted to sleep with the angels. But they don't know that these are angels, though, because there was a lot of homosexuality going on in the land of Sodom and Gomorrah. So, and Lot went out to the door unto them and shut the door after him, and he said, I pray you, brother, do not so wickedly. Behold, now I have two daughters. So Lot trying to offer his daughters to these people, which have not known man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do them as good in your eyes. Only unto these men do nothing. So he calling the angels men. So they had to look just like men. These are angels. So this is the us that Yah is talking about in the book of Genesis. For therefore came they under the shadow of my roof. And they said, Stand back. And they said again, This one fellow came in to sojourn, and he will needs to be a judge. Now will we deal worse with thee than with them. And they pressed sore upon the man, even Lot. They pressing the man. They really want this man.
Right.
So, and came nearer to break the door. But the men put forth their hand and pulled Lot into the house to them and shut the door. And they smote the men that were at the door in the house with blindness, both small and great, so that they worried themselves to find the door. So the angels sent them, blinded these dudes, because they come down with the power of Yah as well. And the men said unto Lot, Hast thou here any besides son-in-law, and thy sons and thy daughters, and whatsoever thou hast in the city? Bring them out of this place, for we will destroy it. Now this is what the men were saying, the angels. This place, because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of Yah, and Yah has sent us to destroy it. See, Yah has a heavenly host that he sends out to do his will. And Lot went out and spake unto his son-in-law, and which married his daughters, and said, Up, get up you out of this place, for Yah will destroy this place. But the scene there's one mocked unto his sons-in-law. And when the morning arose, and the angels hastened, Lot, saying, Arise, take thy wife and thy two daughters which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of this city. And while he lingered, the men laid hold upon his hand, and upon the hand of his wife, and upon the hand of his two daughters. Yah being merciful unto him, they brought him forth and set him without the city. And it came to pass, when they had brought them forth abroad, that he said, Escape for thy life. Look not behind thee, neither say thou in all the plain, Escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed. And Lot said unto them, Oh, not so, my Lord. Behold, now the servant hath found grace in thy sight, and thou hast magnified thy mercy, which thou hast showed unto me, saving my life. And I cannot escape the mountain, lest evil take me, and I die. Behold, now this city is near to flee, and it is a little one. Oh, let me escape there. It is not a little one, and my soul shall live. And he said unto him, See, I have accepted thee concerning this thing also, that I will not overthrow this city for thou which I have spoken. Has thee escaped there? For I cannot do anything till thou come there. Therefore the name of the city was called Zoar. The sun was risen upon the earth when Lot entered into Zoar, and then Yah rained upon Sodom and Gomorrah brimstones and fire from Yah out of heaven. And he overthrew those cities and all the plain, and inhabitants of the city with that which grew up on the ground. But the wife looked back from behind, and she became a pillar of salt because she didn't pay attention to what Yah was saying. An angel, but that's one point with the angels. Okay, we're going to go to Judges, the 13th chapter. This is just proving you that angels also look like us. So the us was the angels. It wasn't no JC character. The book of Judges, the 13th chapter. And I also want to prove to the world that from Genesis to Malachi, the original birth of any human being came through a consummation of the husband and wife. Not ghosts. Ghosts don't have seeds. Holy ghosts don't have seeds. So you ain't no producing no human being through a Holy Ghost. And I'm going to show you just what I'm talking about. Just Judges, the 13th chapter. And the children of Israel did evil again in the sight of Yah, and Yah delivered them into the hand of the Philistines 40 years. So they went into captivity 40 years under the Philistines. And there was a certain man of Zorah, of the family of the Danites, whose name was Manoah, and his wife was barren, and bare not. And the angel of Yah appeared unto the woman, and said unto her, see, the angel of Yah again appeared unto the woman. Mm-hmm. Behold, now thou art barren, and bearest not, but thou shalt conceive and bear a son. Now therefore beware, I pray thee, drink not wine nor strong drink, and eat not any unclean thing. For lo, thou shalt conceive and bear a son, and no razor shall come upon his head. For the child shall be a Nazarite unto Yah from the womb, and he shall begin to deliver Israel of the hand of the Philistines. Then the woman came and told her husband, saying, a man of Yah. So a man of Yah, he looked like he was an angel. A man of Yah came down. This is the angel come down, looking like a man. Came unto me, and the countenance was like the countenance of an angel of Yah. So that's that you know that he looked just like an angel. Not no 4 heads and 4 feet, even though they got them in the book of Ezekiel, but he also got angels that look just like me and you. And not just that, I just want to prove that part right there as far as the us. You know, when people talk about, the guy from Charles, he talking about the angel was the host, the angel was the one with the 4 heads and all the eyes on the body and all this and that. Well, that right there put nothing steady in the book. Now, this birth thing, this immaculate birth, that's just like what I just read you right here. The angel of Yah came and opened this woman's womb. Yah is not sending no Holy Spirit to impregnate a woman. That's not the right way that Yah does these things. That's just like when Abraham and Sarah, I'm going to go back here to hold up. Yeah. Genesis 18 and 13. I just get overwhelmed by reading Yah's word because he done showed me so much. After doing all them years in prison, that's all I did is read, and I understand that I'm on one time frame, so I'm trying to prove a lot of things. Okay. (18, 13). And Genesis 18 and 13. Now I'm going to start with the 10th verse. And he said, I will certainly return unto thee according to the time of life. And lo, Sarah thy wife shall have a son. And Sarah heard it in the tent door, which was behind him. Abraham and Sarah were old and well stricken in age. And it ceased to be with Sarah after the manner of women. Therefore Sarah laughed within herself, saying, after I am waxed old, shall I have pleasure, my Lord being old also? And Yah said unto Abraham, wherefore did Sarah laugh, saying, shall I a surety bear a child, which I am old? And Yah says, is anything too hard for Yah? In the time appointed, I return unto thee according to the time of life, and Sarah shall have a son. And Sarah denied, saying, I laughed, not for she was afraid. And he said, nay, but thou didst laugh. And the men rose up from thence and looked toward Sodom, and Abraham went with them to bring. And Yah said, shall I hide from Abraham this thing which I shall do? Seeing Abraham surely become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. For I know him that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of Yah. Which is the way of Yah? The way of Yah. So them laws and commandments was back then with Abraham, because he said, Yah said, I know Abraham gonna keep the way of Yah. The way of Yah is the laws, statutes, and commandments. To do justice and judgment that Yah may bring upon Abraham that which he hath spoken. So what I'm trying to say is that Yah, this birth right here in our old age was done by a regular man and wife. Now, this New Testament guy in the first chapter talking about immaculate conception and this and that, and he was born without, you know, that right there cuts off this so-called genealogy, because you can't have a genealogy if you don't have a father or a seed, because seed is by the man, and like the guy from Charles said, the woman is the incubator, which is true. She carries the egg. She carries the egg. So now, in order for a person to have a genealogy, like my genealogy is of my family, because every male seed that after me. So that cuts that off. So now the first thing that Yah, I want to touch on this, the first thing that Yah created was wisdom. But you got people in the New Testament saying that see, they trying to incorporate this JC character and everything in these prophecies. And that's why the world is off course right now. Because you got everybody calling upon this JC character. You know, you'll have a person saying hallelujah, and then at the end he'll say JC. But they're not realizing hallelujah is in Hebrew mean praise Yah. But why would you add this Greek character on the end of that though? This just comes from what I call not knowledgeable, and people not looking these scriptures. So here we go. Yeah, oh man.
Shalom was that?
Okay. Proverbs 3:19. You know, Proverbs 3:19 says, Yah by wisdom has founded the earth, and by understanding have he established the heaven. So I'm trying to let you know that wisdom was the first thing that Yah created before he created the heaven and earth. But you got over here in Proverbs the 8th chapter that they said this is part of this New Testament character, where in Proverbs 8:22 where it says, Yah possessed me in the beginning of his ways before his works of old. I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, or ever the earth was. When there was no depths, I was brought forth. When there was no foundation, abounding with the water. He's just talking about wisdom. Wisdom is what Yah created first. But before the mountains were settled before the hills were brought forth, while I was yet had not made the earth, nor the fields, nor the highest part of the dust of the world, when he prepared the heavens, and I was there. When he set a compass upon the face of the depth, I was there. He's talking about wisdom. He's not talking about nobody sitting on the side of it. As far as somebody's up there with him, waiting to share the throne with Yah. No one shares the throne with Yah. And he distinctly says this in his book. Okay. I want to elaborate on when Yah tested Job, he allowed Satan to test Job, rather, put it like that. He allowed Satan to test Job just to see how faithful Job was. And I also want to elaborate on reading the Bible from beginning to end. Like Brother Yehuda said, read the Bible from beginning to end is a good thing, but this was never into a book form. So you can, going from book to book is only to prove a point. You can read the Bible from beginning to end so you can understand it, but Yah says, here a little, there a little, line upon line, precept upon precept, here a little, there a little. And that's a true fact. So we'll go to Job, and I'm going to start with Job, the 6th chapter. Now there was a day when the sons...
What verse, Hebrew?
I mean, the 1st chapter, 6th verse.
Oh, okay. Job.
It said, now there was a day when the sons of Yah came to present themselves before Yah, and Satan came also among them. And Yah said to Satan, whence comest thou? And Satan answered to Yah and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And Yah said to Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that thou hast none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth Yah and escheweth evil. Then Satan answered Yah and said, do Job fear Yah for naught? Hast thou made a hedge about him, about his house, and about all that he have on every side, that thou hast blessed the work of his hand, and his substance is increased in the land? Now this is Job really being blessed by Yah. See, a lot of people, this is what I want to elaborate too. When a lot of people talk about, when you go to certain churches and this and that, and they'll talk about, this person, this JC character blessed me with a house and a car and this and that, and Yah is not blessing the children of Israel because we still up under curse, for one. Now, what I do say is, when you call upon Yah, he looks out for you. Because when you start receiving the blessings of Yah, you have to read Deuteronomy the 28th chapter, the 1st through the 15th. Now, those are the blessings of Yah. These are not no blessings we're getting. We get scraps right now. Now, Job was blessed by Yah. Abraham was blessed by Yah. We ain't got them blessings yet because we under the curse, but the blessings coming though. So, okay. Then Satan answered Yah and said, do Job fear for naught?
What verse, Hebrew?
We on the 10th verse. Has not thou made a hedge about him and his house, and about all that he have on every side, that thou hast blessed the work of his hand, and his substance is increasing the land? But put forth thy hand now, and touch all that he has, and he will curse thee to thy face. And Yah said to Satan, behold, all that he has is in thy power. So let's let you know Satan has some power now. Yah allowed Satan to have some power. Only upon him to put not forth thy hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of Yah. And there was a day when the sons and his daughters were eating, drinking wine with the eldest brother's house. And there came a messenger to Job and said, the oxen were plowing, and these asses feeding beside them. And the Sabians fell upon them and took them away. And they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword. And I am only escaped only to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, the fire of Yah is fallen from heaven, and have burned up the sheep and the servants and consumed them, and I am the only one escaped alone. While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, the Chaldeans made thee 3 bands and fell upon the camels and carried them away. Yea, the slain of the servants of the edge of the sword, I am only escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another. So all these calamities is falling upon Job. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness and smote the 4 corners of the house, and it fell upon the young men, and they are dead. I am the only one escaped to tell thee. Then Job arose and rent his mantle, tore his clothes off, and shaved his head, and fell down upon the ground and worshipped, and said, naked came out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return there. And Yah gave, and Yah have taken away. Blessed be Yah, blessed be the name of Yah. And all this Job said not, nor charged Yah foolishly. I just want to elaborate on, we're going to go to Job, the 9th chapter, in the 24th verse, where it says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces he covered the faces of the judge thereof. If not, where and who is he? So now, if Satan, this is Satan's world. Now, Satan, you got to realize who Satan is. Satan is what you call a master deceiver. You cannot underestimate. You got to stick with Yah's word, period, in order to understand what Satan done put down on this earth. You are not gonna, Satan ain't gonna, you ain't gonna follow Satan. Just come out and say I follow. Deceive means trick. So he got to trick this world into believing in something. So now, if Yah's word, and I'm going to tell you like this New Testament, it has a lot of truth in there because they get it from the Old Testament. They get the truth from the Old Testament and they putting a twist on it. So as long as some truth in there, you can deceive the people, but it's like 99% could be the truth, but that 1% could get you cut off. But in order for you to understand that, you got to really study these scriptures. But so what I'm saying is Satan is a mass deceiver. He's sitting up here, got the whole world calling up on a JC character when Yah distinctively says, no one but me. His first, in the 10 Commandments, his first 3 commandments, he introducing himself to you. He said, Yah is jealous. Yah says, thou shalt not have no other power before me, for I am jealous. And he talking about the name, thou shalt not take his name in vain. You can't take his name in vain if you call on Yah, because you ain't going to accidentally slip and say something with Yah's name in it. You know, all these God, lords, and all these things, nothing but titles. Yah's name stands alone, period. So, what Satan has done, he has put his lick on the New Testament, got the whole world called upon this JC character, and the letter J is only 400 years old, so I got a 1611 Bible up here, and it says his name was Iusus. Now you go on your phone and look up Iusus. When you call upon Iusus, JC, the JC character, you call upon Zeus. Hail Zeus. Every time you say JC, you holler Hail Zeus. I had some paperwork on there, but all that got lost. But this phone right here, it showed me this today. All you gotta do is type in where did Iusus originate from. It's gonna give you a list of it. Hebrew and Greek don't mix. You know, from Genesis to Malachi is thus says Yah, the original words of the Most High, sent down by his prophets. I don't know what this New Testament is. I never heard of a Messianic Hebrew. I never really heard a Christian. The word Christian derived from the word Cretan. You know what Cretan means? A dumb, retarded person. That's what Christian derived from. But I never heard of. I never heard of a Messianic. I never heard of a Messianic Hebrew Israelites because I can't find that in the Bible nowhere. The Messiah, the word Messiah is made up from these so-called Jews, the Edomites over in the land. They brought this Messiah thing. Now the HaMashiach only means the anointed one. Now that's any king that was anointed could be the HaMashiach. And the future HaMashiach ain't came yet. That's just like in the New Testament, they saying John the Baptist is Elijah. But in the book of Malachi, Yah distinctly says, I will send Elijah the prophet. Not the spirit of Elijah, not he coming in the form of Elijah. He said, I'm going to send Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of Yah. And he shall turn the hearts of the men to the children to the father, lest he come smite the earth with a curse. Now, if this John Baptist is supposed to be Elijah, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. You can kill the New Testament with the genealogy, period. Because ain't no ghost got no seeds. And only seeds can bring about the genealogy of anybody. The seed of a man. And you mean to tell me from Genesis to Malachi, all you see up there is when every time somebody sit up on the throne of David, or every time a person sit up on the throne of David, it's talking about the father, this, the son from this father, this and that. He was, what's his name? And then all of a sudden you get to the New Testament, this comes with some immaculate conception. And then you talk about the seed coming through Mary. Mary don't have no seeds. Mary carries the egg. It didn't say that the so-called Messiah is coming through the egg. See, this is where everybody gets it wrong. This whole world is in turmoil because it's real simple. Yah says, fear me and keep my commandments. That's the whole duty of man. All this back and forth that people debate and this and that, you can squash all that with, you can use Yah's words against him. You know, with the Ten Commandments, he says, thou shalt not have nobody before me. You know, Yah says, there is nobody beside me. There is no Savior beside me. When I read you that verse earlier, Brother Gary, where it says, see, you got to look at this verse and get the essence out of this verse, where it says, tell ye and bring, this is Isaiah 45 and 21.
Okay, 5 and 21.
Tell ye and bring them near. Yea, let them take counsel together. Who have declared this from ancient time? Who have told it from that time? Have not I, Yah? And there is no God else beside me? You got to, that's not, okay, that's saying that there is no God beside me. A just God and a Savior? He's the only one that can save you. This is what he's saying. This is not a metaphorical statement, a metaphorical verse, or a symbolical verse. This is a literal, straightforward verse.
Read that 22.
I am. Look unto me. This is Yah speaking. Look unto me. Look unto Yah. And be ye saved, all the ends of the earth. For I am Yah, and there is none else. He's constantly saying, there is none else. People can't get that through their head, though. There is none else. I have sworn by myself, the word is gone out of my mouth in righteousness, that and shall not return, that unto me every knee shall bow and every tongue shall swear. Y'all gonna make that happen.
When do I get to respond?
Well, you gonna get a chance. You ain't want to interrupt. Write your questions down.
No, I don't want to interrupt, but like I said, I didn't come here for a debate. But now you interject my name. So
How did I interject your name?
I say Brother Gary. So now I should be able.
No, I'm talking about this.
There's only one Brother Gary in here.
Okay.
So when you respond, then he can go.
So I should be able to respond, right? Okay, so the brother, he made a statement earlier about sharing the throne. You see, what happens is men take this book. I'm an Israelite too. Been an Israelite. We all three come in this walk about the same time. Correct? Am I right or wrong? You came.
You was after me.
Exactly. But I'm saying it was because of you, because you know what I'm saying, that we came into the walk. You went in no 5 years before we came into it.
No, about 2 or 3 years. Right.
No, it was a few months. It was a few months, wasn't it? Because the man.
I started in 91.
Right.
Which year you started?
It was about 92, 93.
Okay.
Yeah, 92 and 93.
Well,
so that's what I'm saying. So we come into this walk about the same time. Now, what happens is the Father elevates understanding. The Father gives understanding to who He wants to. The book can make it seem like when you says that Satan is the master deceiver. Yes, Revelation 12 and 9 says Satan, that old dragon, the devil that deceiveth the world. But Yah don't share the throne with nobody. The New Testament don't say that Yah sharing the throne with somebody. 2 Corinthians. Go to 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter. See, you got to be able to rightly divide this book. You got to be able to rightly divide this book. You can't take this bit of it right here and say that this don't happen. Hold on, wait a minute, I'll let you talk. Do you all think we in here talking about this power, the Most High Yah? We saying that there is none other than him. Do you honestly believe that he would allow the enemy to tamper with his word, to put a mixture on his word? Now you're going to call Yah a trickster, because now you're going to say, hello, wait a minute, I got this book, but if you all righteous and pure and holy, why are you deceiving me? Why would you allow something here to not be the truth and allow something here to be the truth? That ain't the way, hold on, wait a minute, that ain't the way the Father deals things. It's because of one's lack of understanding. 1 Corinthians 15th chapter, let's go there real fast. And then I'm going to let y'all have this thing, man.
2 Corinthians, you say?
1 Corinthians.
Oh, 1 Corinthians. Okay. And I can show you now what Paul was affected in 1 Corinthians 2.
Timothy was just his adopted son, man.
I can show you the affected in that. I can show you Paul was gay.
He says,
Which chapter?
1 Corinthians 15.
What verse?
We're going to start with the 22nd verse. 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, starting with verse 22.
Okay.
See, there are two Adams. There are two Adams, man. One Adam brought death into the world. The other Adam will bring life. Okay, and it says, wait a minute. First Corinthians 15 and 22, it says, for in Adam all die. Even so Mashiach shall all be made alive. But every man in his own order. Mashiach, the first fruits, afterward, they that are Mashiach's at his coming. Then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to Yah, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule, authority, and power. Because he went to the stake, because he was obedient unto the Father, because he is the Passover lamb. He is the Father's Passover, the lamb that was slain from the foundation of the world. Because he was obedient unto that, the Father is going to give him a kingdom on this earth. 1 second. The Father is going to give him a kingdom on this earth for 1,000 years. And this is after that. After he has ruled on this planet for 1,000 years. What does it say? It said, then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom, even to the Father, even to Yah, even the Father, when he shall put down all rule, authority, and power. When his time is up for him ruling as the son of David on this planet, then he is going to give the kingdom over unto the Father. There are two kingdoms. For he must reign till he have put all enemies under his feet. The last enemy that shall be destroyed is death. For he hath put all things under his feet. But when he said all things are put under him, it is manifest that he, Yah, is except, which did put all the things under him. That means that the Father gave him authority. The Father is the one who gave him that authority. The Father is the one who gave him the authority to tell Satan to get back. All men were defeated until Hamashiach came. Until Yahushua Hamashiach came. It is the Father who has given him this authority. It is the Father who has given him this kingdom. It is the Father who has given him this power. He never said that he was Yah. Never. Men said that. Your carnal understanding is making you say that he is taking the place of Yah, when he never took the place of Yah. Yah sent his son into the world. That is the reason why come, hold up, wait a minute. That is the reason why come you, me, while we are in captivity. Yeah, we the sons of God. Yeah, we the sons of Yah. But there is one that came that you couldn't pay the price. You couldn't pay the price. You couldn't pay it. You couldn't pay it. She couldn't pay it. I couldn't pay it. We couldn't pay the price. You want to know why? Yah had to pay the price for himself. All of your righteousness. You think the law going to save you?
Absolutely.
Hold up. You think the law, if the law was going to save you, you wouldn't be in America. You wouldn't be here. Because our fathers, hold on, wait a minute. Our fathers had the law. They had it.
And they transgressed.
And what is transgression?
Sin.
And then sin, and the wages of sin is what?
It's death, and the transgression of the law.
Because of that sin, because of that transgression, we are sent here to America.
That's right.
So the law can't save you.
Show me where it said it can't.
You
Show
living
me
proof.
what it said, King.
You living proof it
Show
came.
me in the book.
You living proof it came.
Book or shut up.
The law can't
show me
save
the book.
The Bible never says the law gonna save
Show me
you.
the book.
The Bible don't say the law
Then
gonna
show me
save
what
you.
You say JC was perfect.
I
God's
didn't.
son? You
No.
said JC was God's son, right?
He is the son of the Most
Prove
High
it.
Yah. He is the son of the Most
Prove
High
it. I'm
Yah.
gonna give you $100.
It's right there in the
No,
book.
for sure.
But see, you know what?
Hold on.
That's why I didn't want to come to this. Because like I said,
No.
wait a minute.
We
Sit
did
down.
do that. We did prove it.
I did do that.
When I told you that what the thing is, what everybody said with Jesus.
I said, prove
When
it.
he said, this is my beloved son. Hey, Akeem, what's going on, my brother? Hey, but I'm gonna get out of here.
We did prove that.
He
He
never
never
said
said that the
Oh,
demons.
boy
everybody
said.
else
Show me what God
Hey,
said.
but you know what?
God is not
Hey,
important.
Akeem,
I'm gonna give you $100. You my man.
I love y'all, man.
Hey, you my
I
man.
love y'all.
But I want you to prove to me that that's God's
been
son.
done.
Do it again.
It's been done.
For the money.
I'm gonna close my book.
No,
Because
do it
like
for the
I
money.
said- Like
I'm
I
gonna give
said,
you $100.
like I said earlier.
I'm gonna give you $100. Prove it.
Like I said
$100.
earlier. I'm gonna
That's
say
all I
this.
got.
When I told
You prove it then. Well, hold on, I'm gonna give you
When I put the 500
No,
on the table,
you
you
do
can
it.
prove
Hey,
that
You
it
do
wasn't.
it.
I'm gonna say,
When
You
I
do
put
it.
the 500
No, do
on
it
the table,
tonight.
you couldn't prove that.
No,
So
what
you
you
telling me
right
I can put the 500 down and you would show me that with the demons when I showed you last
No,
week?
we talking about God.
Prove that 500.
We talking about God.
he said, this is my beloved son in whom I'm well pleased.
God didn't say that.
I showed
Look,
you.
hold on, wait.
Right after
Wait a
this,
minute.
I'm
See,
gonna
that's what I'm saying. See, it's that spirit. Hey, look, Akeem. I love you, brother. I love you, Akeem. Look, but hold on, wait a minute. Let me say this. Let me say this. Let me say this. What are we doing? Hold on, wait a minute. See, that's what I'm saying. What are we doing? Wait a minute. What are we doing? What are we doing? This here is fruitless. It does not bring no edification unto Yah. We got little brothers. We got little brothers dying in the street out here, man. We got little brothers dying in the street. 2 little brothers just lost their life today. But we want to sit in here because somebody think they got some knowledge. I'm gonna prove that Yahshua ain't the son of God. He the son of God. He ain't the son of God. You can't say God. You can't say Lord. Hold on, wait a minute. We all the time. And he was of the children of Israel. He's from the tribe of Judah. Hold on, wait a minute. Like I said, we are here. What we're gonna do? When we gonna build a kingdom? When we gonna pick the Father's people up out the dirt out there? We can sit in here with this all we want to. No, you want to know why? You want to know why? Because only righteousness gonna do that. Only right living is gonna do that. You cannot have
You can't have righteousness without the law. Law and righteousness go together. Law and do righteousness.
I agree.
Okay then.
But wait a minute. What I'm saying.
Ain't no wait a minute.
Yes, it is.
Ain't no wait a minute.
It's something else
It's
you
do
got
the
to have. It's something else you got to have.
You ain't gotta have nothing but the
Yes,
law.
you do.
What else you got to
It's
have?
something else you got to
Nothing but
have.
the law.
What else you got to have?
It's something else you got to have. The book says the blood of bulls and bullocks can't cleanse the conscience of man. Can't cleanse the consciousness of man. You can have the law.
Y'all don't deal with human sacrifice.
You can have the law. I can show you what the Father called for plenty bodies. He told me, give me my bodies.
Y'all don't deal with
Give me my bodies. But see, I didn't come here for that. He told, didn't he tell Saul? He told Saul to go down there and get my bodies, didn't he? He told Saul to go down there and get my bodies, kill everything. The Father has always.
Let's read with Moses.
The Father has always dealt in that. But like I said, like I said, y'all reading the book. I done been there. You can't nobody tell you about your brother Quincy, can you?
They can't tell me something.
No, they can't.
Yes, they can.
You know him.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
See, you want to play a
They
game.
can
You
tell me
know
something.
him. Can't nobody tell you nothing about your brother.
Yes, they can.
Look. Can't nobody tell you nothing about Kim, can you? You can go to Kim's house. You know what's in Kim's house.
No, I
you
don't.
know what's happening.
That's a lie.
Yes, you do.
Let me ask you this right here.
I've been to Yahshua's house. I've been to the land of Israel. I walked in Jerusalem. I've been to Bethlehem. You gonna tell me it don't exist? You gotta be out of your mind.
Let me ask you this.
You gotta be out of your mind. I tell y'all what. If y'all listen to them, don't close your eyes tonight in death. Don't close your eyes tonight in death. Because just cause that Passover lamb, if that blood ain't covering that, you through.
I don't need.
No, bro. I told you I ain't come for no debate, man. I ain't come for no debate. I didn't come for no debate.
We ain't
and we're gonna build a nation.
You ain't through. No.
So now, as soon as I come in the door, y'all get started. Here we go. He back. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Now, if we can sit down, if we can sit down and have a decent conversation.
That's what we finna do.
If we can sit down, no. If we can sit down and have a decent conversation about this word. If we can have a decent conversation about this word, then I would be for that.
Proverbs 24 says, they never forsake the law, praise the wicked. So, since you forsake the law, you automatically praise the wicked.
That's right.
Since you forsake the law.
What law you keeping?
Huh? I keep the 10 Commandments.
What you think, because you got to keep all on your head, you righteous?
No, I didn't say that.
You think because you got some fringes hanging that's going to get you in the kingdom?
No, I didn't say that.
No, I'm saying that's what y'all started talking about. The law. How many laws was it?
Them 613.
So how many of them 613 you keep?
The only ones that I can't.
In captivity.
How many of them 613?
How many you keeping? How many you keeping? Okay, let's see what the book say.
I don't have to.
They that forsake the law, praise the wicked.
I ain't forsaking the law. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what that don't
understand. He that turns his ear away from the law.
They don't understand.
You turn your ear.
I'm toying around with them. I'm playing with them.
Put it on him.
They don't have no understanding, man. They don't have no understanding, man.
You keep the white man laws. Don't you keep the white man laws? Don't you keep the white man laws?
You so lost like that.
You know I love y'all.
I know that, but you can't love without us know though.
I love y'all.
But don't keep the white man laws. If he tell you be at work
at 7
o'clock,
you go out there and run that stop sign, you're going to jail.
That's right. You keep his law.
You better.
You better keep God's law first.
You better.
You're a fool to keep the white man law, God's law. You better keep God's law first.
You talking about the JC character, the moon people. I'm pretty sure Zeus can do that though. Because he got Satan back in it. Zeus can do that. Zeus can make you think that
you can't go to your people out here and tell them about Yah and Yahshua. They don't hear that, man. That's right. They don't hear that.
You right.
But when you go and tell them about the Lord God of Israel, see, we can sit in here and talk about Yah all we want to because we understand that.
Right.
But you can't go out here and go and talk to these brothers about Lord and God. Yeah.
In your book, when the prophet is saying that my name is going to be great among the Gentiles.
Among the
Now, this
Gentiles.
brother trying to make a statement. He's saying, if you go to anybody that's a Gentile, and you say Yah, you say Yeshua, you go and say Akbar, Rockwall, Buddha, they're going to be like,
and who you talking
who
about?
is this dude? Oh, he believes some Antichrist stuff.
Exactly.
But if you go and say one name, Jesus. Wait a minute.
The white folks, yeah.
But your prophet, wait a minute, Yehuda. Your prophet said, now your prophet said that Malachi, he said that this guy's name is going to be great among the Gentiles.
Well, who was the guy?
But you're supposed to answer that question. Who is the guy? Put the camera on him. Who is that guy?
You tell me who it is.
You tell me who it is.
He brought it up.
Who is it? Who is it? Hey, brother, who is that guy that Malachi talking about?
Has absolutely nothing to do with
Who is that guy? Who is it? Wait a minute. I want you to ask. Now, my brother brought a strong point. Now I'm gonna ask you one question. Let's don't get past it. Who did Malachi refer to when he said this guy?
I'm gonna let you do your thing. This brother came 1,000
But I
miles
asked
to
you a
teach.
question.
Hey, well, you gonna get the question answered, but let this
I
man
hope he answered that question.
Well, okay, we gonna get some
all
more
this
questions.
basketball, man.
Hey, all right, don't leave, man. I ain't through with you.
I told you these debates are fruitless, man.
I ain't talking about no debate. This man finna teach. Put it,
You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, ain't none of y'all can say to change my mind.
We
I
ain't
ain't
trying to change your mind.
But I'm trying to figure out what
ain't
Ain't nothing I can say to a crackhead to change his man.
is a messianic
Crackhead gonna keep on
like?
smoking.
What is a messianic Hebrew like?
And when he get ready,
What is a messianic Hebrew like?
he ain't gonna stop like you said. He when he
A
get
messianic Hebrew Israelite
ready,
is hold it.
You do everything.
I'm gonna ask this question.
That's right. He got.
That's what you do.
He did 21 years.
You obey his law.
He 21 years.
But you obey his
He
law.
did 21 years.
When Yah said that, when he said, I'm going to scatter you among the Gentiles, he put you in a situation, man, that you was going to obey the one that he left his
So I
law.
can obey the white man, but I can't
No,
obey
you
God.
don't obey it.
Tell
My God.
You're more enlightened than you think.
What my God?
You kicking against it, but you just like it. He taught you your way because you're kicking against the book.
Exactly.
Man, your prophet said, your name, this guy's name gonna be great against send you a prophet like unto Moses. You know who this guy said?
Yeah.
He said Joshua.
Yeah, right.
I said Joshua. I said if Joshua was alive, Joshua slapped him.
But he asked me a question.
I'm reading these books.
I'm reading my key.
Moses was a prophet that talked to God face to face.
He asked me a question. He said, what is a messianic Hebrew Israelite?
Right.
I don't know y'all chose a messianic Hebrew Israelite.
What is a messianic Hebrew
I'm
Israelite?
children of Israel.
What is a non-messianic Hebrew Israelite? Because that's what y'all are.
I'm a Hebrew Israelite, period. That's it. My nation people.
You're not messianic.
Messianic.
I'm a Hebrew Israelite.
No, you say you're
You said
messianic.
you messianic though.
Y'all started putting messianic on me. I'm a Hebrew Israelite.
What you just said?
I can't be a Hebrew Israelite.
You a messianic though.
And you a non-messianic.
That's right. I ain't studying. I'm the day.
So now, that's what I wanted him to say. So now, non-messianic. Hold on, wait. That's what boy, y'all play right into my hands. So now, a non-messianic is what? One who don't believe
in JC.
You can call it JC. Y'all sure? The one who don't believe in the son of Yah. So then of course. So then a messianic Hebrew Israelite is only one who has accepted what Yah said.
Accepted the New Testament.
Accepted what Yah said.
Yeah,
he said, hear ye him.
He don't speak in the New Testament.
Hear ye him. Deuteronomy 18. Get it for him, my king.
Hey, sit down. Hold on.
Get it for him, my king. Get it out the Torah. That's what they want. They want it out the Torah. Get it out the Torah. Deuteronomy 18. What he say? And who all don't do what? He gonna require of them. Deuteronomy 18 chapter. Deuteronomy 18.
Go to Exodus 3 and 18. Hold on.
Exactly. That's what they told me to know. Come on, now here's your little brother. Listen. He said, I was raised in the law. It's basketball.
No, I'm saying,
it's basketball time.
This right here. This is what he wants right here. This is what he wants.
Hey, pass over.
He raised a prophet. He raised up Jeremiah. He raised up Isaiah.
No. Wait a minute. See, now you're going to stop me. Because he said you got to be like Moses. He said all the other prophets. He said all the other prophets, I'm going to put them in a trance or I'm going to speak to them in a dream. But he said, not like my servant Moses, I speak to them face to face. You don't know the book. You don't know the book. He said that prophet got to be like Moses. He said all the rest of them, I'm going to speak to him in a dream or a vision. But he said, not like my servant Moses, who I spoke with face to face. All the other prophets were put in a trance or got spoken to in a dream, but not Moses and not Yahshua. I'm going to watch the LeBron.
They say I would raise him up a prophet.
I did not plan Boston.
But it do say this though.
You lost, G-Money. You lost.
Hey, get back to teaching. Get back to teaching.
Don't conquer, be all of them nations. We should be shut out. He say Israel will be no more. And this right here happened right here.
Yeah.
Psalms 83 and 3, 4, something like they say. It'll tell you. But look, he got us right now. You know what I mean? It can be resolved by. We ain't got to do all this. You know, he got it. He said he'll conquer it. It will be no more. His name.
And he said, I will raise them up a prophet from among their brothers, like unto thee, and they will. And I will put my words in his mouth. And he shall speak unto them, and I shall command him. That's in the Old Testament.
This is what he wants.
He said, I shall give y'all a prophet.
You
Tell me. I asked you that last time. You told me Joshua.
He the one brought it up.
No, I said the last time you told me Joshua.
We brought it up.
Okay, but that's it. I'm just reading what this is.
I want him to tell me because he brought it up. It's his subject.
I asked you
Well, he asked me what the scripture
answer my
was.
question. When Malachi asked the question that his name shall be great among the Gentiles, who is he referring to?
Let's go to it. Let's
Let me ask you a question. Do you actually realize what this verse is saying?
I don't.
Listen,
Man.
it says.
Let's go to Malachi.
Someone down the line.
No,
And
he
you
didn't
gonna
say
put
no
some,
lie.
give him his power.
Just
you
listen
know,
to the verse right there.
Listen.
Listen. He said, I will raise them up a prophet from
Not
among.
prophets.
Listen.
Not prophets. He
Listen.
said prophets.
Among their brethren, like unto thee. And I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I have commanded him. The reason why it's not no S on there, every prophet that that came with the word of Yah, he did that.
There was no S on there because he was talking singular. When he said persuade man or convince man or control man to put an S right there, and you're going to say he meant prophet? He was talking about a singular being. And that's why you see no S there. He was talking about a prophet, like under Moses. Stop playing and add to the word. Read it for what it is. That's why you get misguided. You read the map, it tell you make a right of X and 19B. You go to 19A, you going somewhere else. It's B. 19B. Not 19A. Not 19C. Read the book for what it's saying.
Let's go to, you said Malachi.
Are you trying to trick the
Hold on.
people?
Let's go.
Not while I'm here. It ain't gonna happen.
We can't out-talk you.
No, but you can't out-read.
We can't out-talk
You
you.
can't out-read.
Oh, we can't out-talk you.
But you can't out-read.
We can't out-talk you.
So help with neither one.
How what we doing?
Out-talk, out-read, out-run, out-walk. You can't do neither one of them.
One thing,
You run back, put the line in the road. You can't do nothing. At 53, I'll leave you in the dust.
That us wasn't no.
Let us. And when you hear that, let us. And then he told me it was one person.
Hold up, man. Let me finish asking this. So, like I said, I like to talk about the Bible. I be trying to, but maybe I'm wrong. But I just need to know before I leave this one scripture, because he always say, ain't nowhere in the Old Testament they talk about the coming of something. I be thinking this is it. So I'm saying, what they mean by he gonna raise up a prophet? Who he talking about? He told me Joshua. I knew that was a lie. So who he talking about?
All the prophets that he brought, that he raised up.
Like I said, prophet though. He talking about one prophet. Say this, I'm talking to Mike. I said, man, I'm seeing you one guy. He gonna do this for you. So when he comes, just listen to what he say. I'm giving my commandment.
See, you had prophets that come from different generations.
Okay.
They came from different generations.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So Mike should be looking for a lot of them.
That
Not
happened,
the one I
but
told
that
you.
happened already.
Okay.
But the thing about it is that Yah shut his word up because the sins of the children of Israel. So that's why you don't have prophets and this and that. You know, Yah said, I'm gonna hide my face from them. You know, it says you won't abide many days without a king, a priest, an ephod, and all these things because we're in captivity. You know, see a lot of people that go to these churches and this and that talking about they receiving blessings and this and that. Man, you're not receiving no blessings. You ain't gonna never be blessed because you're still up under the curse. The blessings of Yah, when Yah bless you, it's not no car or no house or none of this and that. Yah gonna give you everything. Because from Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 15, them are the blessings of Yah.
The blessing and the curses,
Yeah, them are the blessings. We didn't get them blessings. We got the curses, so we still up under the curse.
And why we get the curse?
Because we transgress against the laws of Yah.
It's all about the law. We curse.
Yah's law gonna go into the next kingdom, and Yah's law gonna last forever. Period.
Well, can I read something before we go any further, brother? Just to back up 18. Now look, we did this the last time we was here, and this brother pointed it out, but God allowed me to find it right now. Wait a minute, let me read this right quick. I'm Deuteronomy, the 34th chapter.
Okay.
Let's go to Deuteronomy, the 34th chapter.
Now, give me some.
Hey, well, we finna go book now, cause I see good book gonna silence the room. Book gonna silence the room, and I like to read. Since you say you can't out talk, I'm gonna show you can't out read. I'm gonna show you can't out read. I'm gonna show you can't out read.
Where we going?
The 34th chapter of Deuteronomy.
Okay,
5th verse.
Hold on,
Oh, I'm gonna start at the 4th verse, and I'm gonna read down to 12. And I'm gonna show you that he was talking about a prophet, and I'm gonna show you that them other prophets was nothing but hand-me-down until this guy was supposed to come along. After Moses went to sleep, there was nobody who could sit in his seat until the prophet, like unto Moses, come on the scene. You told me it was Joshua. I'm going to show you it ain't Joshua. You told me it was David. I'm going to show you it ain't David. Don't worry about it. We're going to let the book speak. Because you say I talk too much.
Let's read.
So Moses, the servant of the Lord, died there in the land of Moab, according to the word of the Lord. And he buried him in a valley in the land of Moab over against Bethpeor. But no man knoweth of his sepulchre until this day. And Moses was 120 years old when he died. His eyes was not dim, nor his natural forces abated. He still had his full strength.
Right.
And the children of Israel wept for Moses in the plains of Moab 30 days. So the days of weeping and mourning for Moses were ended. And Joshua the son of Nun was full of the spirit of wisdom. For Moses had laid his hands upon him. Moses laid his hands upon him. Not God.
Not JC.
Not JC.
Not JC.
Check it out though. But look how you pass down power. Because God made you and put you in a position where it's always been that way. It's always been that way. That the man with power, if they wanted to learn anything, they had to get it from Moses. Because the Spirit of God, Yah, Yeshua.
No,
Jesus
That's a lie.
was on Moses.
Sit down, you lying now.
So Joshua the son of Nun was full of the spirit of wisdom. For Moses had laid his hands on him, and the children of Israel hearkened unto him, and did as the Lord commanded Moses. And there arose not a prophet since. Do you know what the word since means? I know you ain't got no sense. Now, there arose not a prophet since. There not a prophet since.
Like Moses.
In Israel, like unto Moses, whom the Lord knew face to face.
So they killed JC. Because he didn't know how to face. Killed JC. You just killed JC. Yes, you did.
Hey, how y'all gonna get anywhere if you're gonna keep arguing?
There it is. Now we're going to find out. Now we're going to find out who this prophet is that's like unto Moses. Because in the book earlier in this, he said to the children of Israel that y'all try to elaborate on so well. Oh, you ain't no Messianic Hebrew. You ain't no non-Messianic. It's the children of Israel. It is absolutely that. But Yah said, I'm going to send a prophet like unto Moses before he made this statement right here. So now, since he says there has not been a prophet in Israel since, he was covering the whole span of time before the scatter. Ain't no prophet rose up like Moses, not even Joshua. So, because, wait a minute, well, we don't find out. We know Joshua is not the guy. See, he want to get ahead of the game. He's trying to convict somebody else. I'm trying to get him to stick to the point. We know it's not Joshua.
Ain't JC.
You told me it was Joshua.
It ain't JC.
We gonna find out.
It ain't JC.
Let the book speak.
What speak?
We know it's not Joshua, people.
We know it ain't
because
JC.
right now, it just said Joshua got the mantle. Moses laid his hands on him, and if Moses didn't lay his hands on him, he would have no power. But since Moses sat in the seat where God gave him the power, he had to have power to lay his hand on Joshua, and Joshua got the power. In other words, he got a feeling. And with that feeling, he took over the tribes of Israel. But the Bible says a verse down, there was not a prophet since. After Moses got through laying his hands on him, and they mourned for him 30 days, ain't nobody been like Moses. Even Joshua, who coming up next, he gonna sit in the seat. It wasn't Aaron, it wasn't Joshua,
and it wasn't JC.
And we gonna find out.
So why you can't say JC?
There arose not a prophet since in Israel, like unto Moses, whom the Lord knew face to face, in all the signs and the wonders which the Lord sent him to do in the land of Egypt to Pharaoh and to all his servants in all his land, and in all that mighty hand, and in all the great terror which Moses showed in the sight of all Israel. Nobody was ever able to do that again. But there was one that came along whose right it is.
Who's that?
I'm finna show you. I'm gonna let him talk, and I'm gonna bring him on the scene.
Bring him on me.
So we know it ain't Joshua.
Okay.
We know it ain't David. We know it wasn't Aaron. I'm gonna bring this guy face to face with this guy, and I'm gonna watch him adjust.
Let's go.
Now I'm gonna show you he like the Gentile, because see, the Gentiles, they love the Pharisees and the Sadducees. They gonna kick against this guy, because it's gotta be somebody. They ain't gonna even tell you nobody. And everybody they gonna bring up in this court case, they gonna die.
Let's read.
But this guy, he don't never die. He live forever.
Woo!
Let him teach, and I'm gonna bring him on the scene. When he slip, I'ma have him. I'ma eat him for lunch. When he slip, I'ma simply eat him for lunch.
All right, come on.
Now go to work, brother, because you better not stumble, and you better not stumble. Because I'm here. I'm not like the other guy. I'm right here.
You ain't gonna run?
I'm right here for the direction. I had you over there for 6 hours. Why would I run? My wife know all that.
Hey, let me say that.
You and I don't have a cell phone. She gonna be sitting right out front.
Hey, hold on.
I'm here.
Boy, you with that other guy, he trembling like
No,
Don
you
Knotts.
trembling.
But boy, I'm talking about the other guy.
That's your brother, too.
Not you, the one that's left, like Don Knotts.
Let him
But
teach.
boy, you take a barbecue.
I'm ready.
You take a roast.
I like fire.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You take a barbecue.
Bring it on. Now we know ain't no problem like that. Let's go.
You take one.
Let's go.
That's what I respect him about. Read, brother. Where we going?
Well, like I say, I done proved the point about the,
I
done listened to all your debates with
Not
you.
all of them.
Yes, I have. I listened to
You
every
just
last
ain't
one.
opening that.
And I be laughing. My wife, she be asking me what am I laughing at, and I let her hear what I'm laughing at. Y'all, you was talking about y'all ain't the us is the heavenly
More than
host
one.
is. Yeah, the heavenly host is the let us.
Let us.
Is let
Means
us.
more than one. If I said just let us go outside and reach some habit,
This is
if I
heavy
go out by myself, the us is just gonna look at it.
It's the angel.
They come just gonna take him. They gonna say lock that black nigga, lock him up. But if we go out there and it's some us, I might hide in the crowd and say that was them and tell the reporter, you know, that brother right there, I was trying to stop.
Hey, you
So
talking
when you get in us, you know it's more than one.
The us was the angel.
He talking like he got 21
The angel.
You got 21 years.
The angel.
You got
The angel. Man, do we have to? The angel.
question.
I know I ain't got nobody that's gonna make me sweat. And I got two
Hey,
jackets.
bro, do you got already proved?
I ain't even got to sweat.
Bro, do you got 21 years in you?
21 years of what?
Penitentiary in you. You got that?
Wow. Hey, man, listen.
Hey. Okay.
I gotta have
Hey.
Hey,
This man got
you
it.
gotta be in the pen.
He just
I got 21 years. I got the pen right
He just
here.
did 21.
I got 21 years out of it.
No, he just did 21.
And what? How did that lift him up?
It
I was doing 21 years. Do you hear me? Now you just the Gentiles got you right where they want you. Now you back to rapping. You gotta go to jail in order to be a gangster rapper. In order to be a thug for God, you gotta get 21 years in the pen. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna use my pen, my paper, and this word, and I'm gonna show you that your 21 plus my 21 days can't even stand up to it. Let's roll. Please. Now I'm gonna come back with some who is this, and we're gonna get this thing
I
on the
could
road.
talk about snitches. You know, I got snitches in the Bible
Who
too.
is this?
I can show you the snitches in the Bible, but I'm gonna let my brother go and handle it.
Let me get my armor, my bullets out, because I don't, boy, you is.
I ain't saying you got no stupids and police ain't you, but you know you got this book. You know, you got them in the
I'm
book.
gonna give y'all.
I'll go and handle the business.
We're gonna read tonight.
Oh yeah, go
I
ahead.
talk most of the time. We're gonna read tonight.
Where we going, huh? Oh yeah, let's do some reading.
Y'all,
Playtime on with.
You got that right. How many minutes you got? Buzzer gonna go off in a minute. You gonna hear it?
Oh, we ain't got no time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we go all night here now. You don't want, I was on the clock with.
Roll with it that time.
well, first I want to show that this genealogy and this New Testament, how, yeah,
Okay.
how this genealogy in the first chapter of Matthew knocks out this so-called JC character.
Is it what chapter?
Matthew 1.
Matthew the first chapter.
Okay, what verse?
JC.
It's chapter 1, the 11th verse of Matthew.
Chapter 1, the 11th verse.
Yeah,
We going to the Gentile book now.
I'm just
Esau book.
Chapter 1, verse 11.
yeah. In this genealogy, first of all, the seed only comes from the man. Don't no ghosts make no seeds, but even in this chapter right here, you get, and Josiah begot Joconias. Now, Joconias is the grandson of Jehoiakim. And Yah says, write this man childish that there will never be nobody sit up on the throne of David out of his seed. And this is one of his seeds right here in this genealogy. So you can go to Jeremiah.
Hold that.
Jeremiah, that first chapter, Jeremiah, the 22nd chapter of Jeremiah.
We're coming back to that.
Yeah, I'm just
Hold
showing
it.
this.
Okay.
The Josiah begat Joconiah.
Okay, Jeremiah 1 and hold that though, what you got, and we're gonna go back to that. Okay.
And we got to go to also. I got to line this up. Let me see. Okay. Okay, hold up. First we're gonna go to First Chronicles.
Okay.
the 3rd chapter, the 16th verse.
First Chronicles, the 3rd chapter.
Yeah, 1 Chronicles, the 3rd chapter, 16th verse. And then we're gonna go to Jeremiah. We're gonna go to Jeremiah 22nd and 1 Chronicles, the 3rd chapter, the 16th verse.
Hey, y'all going to it, bro? You said first.
Say again,
Yeah.
well, you told me to stay right here. I mean, it's too many scriptures.
Well, right, you got
No,
pen
it's
right in
just-
front of you.
it's just-
Pen and
I
paper.
know, right? You know, I got.
Okay, all right. Okay, we're gonna read Hebrew.
In the 16th verse, I'm just trying to prove this point right here. Okay. And the son of Jehoiakim, Jeconiah his son, Zedekiah his son. So Jeconiah is the grandson of Jehoiakim. So go to Jeremiah, the 22nd chapter,
22 and what?
22 and 24.
Okay.
It says, as I live, says Yah, though Coniah, the son of Jehoiakim, king of Yehudah, were the signet upon my right hand, yet would I pluck thee thence. And I will give thee into the hand of them that seek thy life, and into the hand of them whose face thou fearest, even into the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and into the hand of Chaldeans. And I will cast thee out of thy mother and that bare thee into another country where ye were not born, and there shall ye die. But to the land wherein they desire to return, there shall they not return. Is this man Coniah a despised, broken idol? Is he a vessel wearing no pleasure, whereas they cast out, he and his seed, and are cast into a land which they know not? O earth, hear the word of Yah. Thus says Yah, write this man childless, a man that shall not prosper in his days, for no man of his seed shall prosper, sitting upon the throne of David and ruling any more in Yehudah. Now, in Matthew, they got this Jeconiah in here, in the genealogy of Matthew's, that this so-called JC character is supposed to be his genealogy. So Yah says there would not be a man-child to sit upon the throne of David. They come out this right here. So that right there, that's a big discrepancy right there. Even though Mary is the one that they try to say that the Messiah comes out of, and she don't carry the seed, she carries the egg. So it's impossible for this New Testament character to even exist. You know, from Genesis to Malachi, when you see Yah having inspired angels come down, and like with Abraham and Sarah, he opened up womb up at the age of 99. He didn't send no Holy Spirit to come down and impregnate this old woman. Okay, I'm just
gonna read it. So you're saying God can't perform miracles like that?
I'm not saying that, but that's not out of His order.
Well,
you see what I'm saying? Okay, like Samson. Samson, the angel of Yah came down to Samson's mother, and told her she was gonna be pregnant by her husband. And it just said, just make sure this child have no razor up on his head, don't eat no unclean foods and this and that. But I'm just showing you that from Genesis to Malachi, Yah never allowed this angel, spirits and flesh cannot mix.
You need a seed.
Yeah, you need a seed.
Okay, so is that why they were so surprised in chapter 18 that they were like, how the hell you end up having a baby? This never happened. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then at the end, in the book of Revelation, this JC character says, I am the root and offspring of David, the bright and morning star. You're not the root and offspring of no David because you didn't come from a seed of David. You see the scripture? It's so many discrepancies in this New Testament. That's just like with the 144,000. You got the 12 tribes of Israel, but you left out the tribe of Dan. That's the original tribe of the children of Israel. You got Manasseh in there in place of Dan.
But God had a reason why that.
But not to cut you off, Hebrew.
You read what the old prophet
go to
said,
Revelation.
why God used Manasseh and Ephraim There's a reason why God uses Manasseh and Ephraim. Because there was a split going on. Now you trying to say Dan ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Dan will go to hellfire just like we'll go to hellfire if you don't obey the law.
Let's go to Revelation.
But right here, you read this as if Josiah and Jehoiachin, or whoever this guy is, you saying that like that's got something to do with Mary, like Mary carried the seed. That ain't what they're saying right there.
No, what I'm saying is that this Yah says when the man child gonna sit up on the throne of David coming through this seed right here. Why do you have this man in this Jehoiakim?
But this ain't you know how many people was named Jehoiakim? You know how many people was named what? You know how many you're trying to take one name and tie it into a situation where you know that God said Jehoiakim ain't gonna do it. And say when you see that, that's Jehoiakim right there. I absolutely can tell you right now, you are so far off the mark that if you walked out of here, you live down the street, you will go the other way. I'm telling you that when the Bible lays up that lineage like that, and he is talking about men, and then it says that is Joseph, Mary's husband, he is lining up. Don't you get twisted because one name came up. There were thousands of people with the same name, and you don't see nobody in the Bible with a last name. Have you ever asked yourself the question, why? Because they all were Israel.
Okay, yeah.
But my point to you is that when you see Joseph or Matthew, the only person they had some problems with is when old boy got ready to name his son Jesus. They were like, ain't nobody in your family named Jesus. Then the Bible says that the angel gave her those orders. But the point is, when Zacharias got ready to name his son, he wanted to name him something else. The Bible says, and I believe it, correct me if I'm wrong, brother, because I all forgot y'all don't read the other book. But then the Bible says it closed up his mouth. Well, he couldn't talk, and he was what we call, because he was going to name him exactly John, because John was going to be the light bringer, or the one that was going to lead the way until these who write it is come on the scene. We know that. We know that.
They killed John.
They ain't going to kill you, because you ain't talking about nothing.
This right here, this genealogy right here, it relates back to what I just said, though.
But this genealogy starts up here in the first book.
I understand that what
And
you're
it's
saying,
going
but what I'm
down,
saying,
and
he
it's
put
telling
in a Jehoiakim, a Jokaniah from Jehoiakim. That's the grandson of Jehoiakim. Y'all says wasn't no seed gonna sit up on the throne coming out of his seed.
But what makes you think he sit on the throne? If they say nothing about him sitting on the throne like that, it just lets you know he had a baby, and his baby, son, sit on it, and Joseph came through that line. It don't mean that everybody's gonna be good, but he gonna use that lineage. All those people had their flaws, but every man that you see right there wasn't no righteous man. You're trying to kill two birds with no stone. That ain't saying that this man was right. This just letting you know his dad, it said all the time his daddy was evil. All them prophets was evil in what they was doing. And then a son came and he did what Yah wanted him to do. It was some children that went right with God, but their father was bad all the way around.
Yeah, you leave those.
When you can't use that because there's some prophets who did, they were evil.
I understand that.
Then how you gonna use that and say, well, Jehoiakim might have had a son, that might be him. But I'm telling you, it was thousands of people named that. But if Jehoiakim had a son, that only reference that he's trying to get you to know that that's Israel, and Joseph was in line to be where he was supposed to be at the right time, just like Mary. Mary came through Israel too.
Okay, so Mary bear the seed?
No. You
So
can't
the
get
JC,
like that.
so the
I
JC
know who
carried.
carried the seed.
Oh, so who carried the seed
The
then?
man.
Okay, I'm just saying though.
Don't you know we live in a world where you are closer to your mama's people than your daddy's people? That's the way the world can raise you up.
You're doing the philosophical thing.
But I'm just telling you that's how you live. Philosophical or not, I'm closer to my mama's people than my daddy's people. And most families in the world, you migrate after your mama and father get a divorce or separate, you go right to your mama's people. Oh, that's my Aunt Kate, that's my Uncle Dan. But your daddy's people over here, who you should be gravitating to, is your daddy's people. Because that's who you are.
Exactly.
That's what I'm trying to say to
He
you.
popping corn now.
Exactly.
He popping
You
corn.
know that has nothing to do with what you're talking about. What you simply have to do is know that he's trying to show you. Not to say that all these people were right or righteous or followed after God's law, but they had to be in place, whether they did good or bad, so that Joseph could be on the scene. And Joseph did exactly what he was supposed to. He didn't go, oh man, any one of us us being in here right now, I'll go home tonight and my wife tell me she 1 month pregnant and we ain't been together in 2 months, I got a problem. And I'm going to have a problem.
No.
Joseph didn't do that. Joseph put her away. Joseph knew what the law was going to do to her. If she would have went in,
Same thing happened to your wife, happened to Joseph's wife.
But Joseph did something that I wouldn't have done. Joseph hid her and hid her. If Joseph would have taken her to the council and said, Grandpa, Mary pregnant, they'd have been like, bring her to the forefront. Because we finna deal with her. That was the law. Even when they was in captivity, even when they was misstepping, that was the law, man. So you don't look at that, because at that last they said Jacob begat Joseph,
Let me show you
the
how
husband of Mary.
Let me show you how you can find out your wife. Hey, watch this. Now I'm gonna show you how you can find out your wife played the game in the book.
I already know where you're going.
What going?
We don't do that no more.
I said,
You ain't got no water. You got that water?
Where we going?
You talking about pouring the water. She drink this water, and then if she drink the water, I'm gonna call it disagreement. And all of a sudden, her belly gonna swell.
Right.
You can't go get no dirty water to do that now. You ain't got no power like that, man. Well, you can't take me somewhere. I done read some of the book. I know a little of the book. I can tell him if I know that he's going wrong, if I know something. If he don't read the book to me, he ain't talking about nothing. I'm gonna read the book to you tonight. So let him go ahead.
Okay, go on.
Let me ask. Okay. I want to go to 1 Kings, the 3rd chapter. 1 Kings, the 3rd chapter.
1 Kings, the 3rd chapter. Okay, here we go.
I know you're gonna give me an excuse for this one right here, but
No,
I just want to see those. 1 Kings, the 3rd chapter, and 11th to 12th verse. 1 Kings 11 to 12th verse.
You got it out?
Third chapter?
Yeah.
1 Kings 11 to 12. And Yah said unto him, because thou hast asked this thing, and hast not asked thyself for long life, neither hast thou asked for riches for thyself, nor have thou asked for life of thy enemies, but hast asked for thyself understanding to discern judgment. Behold, I have done according to thy words. He's talking about King Solomon. Lo, I have given thee a wise and understanding heart, so that there was none like thee, before you. There ain't gonna be nobody like King Solomon. Neither after thee shall there any arise like unto thee. Like unto thee. Okay, let's go to Matthew 12 and 42. Now he said before or after thee now.
Right. We're going to Matthew what now?
12 and 42.
Okay, Matthew chapter 12, verse 42.
But go back up there and read 11 again. Now, why did he say ain't nobody gonna be like him?
Oh, let's go to Matthew.
Whoa, we're going further.
There you go.
Now, why did he say there was not gonna be a prophet like unto Moses? Like
I didn't say. There you go.
Now you gonna gloss over that. I say stop. I say, Your Honor, I object. I object, Your Honor. I object, Your Honor.
Oh, Matthew 12?
Matthew 12 42.
Oh, let's read that now. Matthew 12 and 42.
Now the queen of the south shall rise up in judgment with the generation, and shall condemn it, for she came from the utmost parts of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon, and behold, a greater than Solomon is her.
Now, who was greater than Solomon?
The one that's talking.
Wow.
What? I'm just talking about. I'm just saying. But y'all said there will be
Listen.
This or that.
The one in the book is doing the talking.
Yep.
And I'm gonna give him the name that you give him, JC.
Yep.
Because
You talking
if
about-
your listen, hey, hold on.
Right?
If your mom and daddy taught you anything about the book that we read, it says this, that Jesus talked in red. His talking was in red. Huh?
That's Zeus right there.
No. I know your mama. Hey, I got this. I know your mama told you about Jesus, about the Lord, when you was growing up. But since you got 21 years of lockup, I know you ain't got nothing but rhetoric. You just talking, man. I know your mama told you, it says the red is when Jesus was talking. JC, as you call him, but you want to call him Zeus.
That is.
I got 3 names for him.
That's his Greek name. You saying hell Zeus?
Got 3 names for him.
But I'm just saying though, y'all says in the Old Testament, there will be none like before or after Solomon like unto thee. But when you come over here, it's one that's greater than Solomon.
Shall man be saved?
How can you
Okay.
make that statement?
So-
When I read to the 34th chapter about that there was not going to be anyone since. There's not going to be anyone. So when he made this statement, I say to you again, brother, read the 11th verse again slowly. Just read it and let it marinate a little bit. Just take your time and just read it and see those things jump out at you. This is why he makes that statement about Solomon. See, Solomon does something that half of us, all of us, none of us will do. We so caught up in what the Gentiles do that till every day we live, we got to be, it's about that mighty dollar. That's what we seek. So when you pull your little, I got 100 for this, I got 500 for that, you just like the Pharisees and the Sadducees. You just like the Gentiles. Because see, when you're dealing with the word of God, you ain't got to lay nothing on the table. Lay the word on the table. When you lay the word on the table, it stands all by its lonesome. You don't have to add to it. You don't have to take away. What I'm simply saying to you is read on the line and stop reading what somebody told you to say on the line. See, when you read on the line and you don't say, well, the reason why there's no S there is because, God made a mistake. What the man that sees all, Yah, and knows all, knows how to deal with man when he puts you in that box. See, you locked away in prison houses. You locked in the pit where there's no water. You've been cast out of your land. You've been removed. And when you come over here, you are a slave, and you can't read and write, and you can go back 20 or 30 years and can see where your forefathers, your mom and dad or grandpa couldn't read and write. Who are we to sit in here tonight and talk about like we got so much knowledge? But Solomon did something that most people bear to do. Oh, I ain't worried about don't give me riches. Paul said it a little bit. Don't give me riches. Man, give me knowledge and wisdom and understanding. And when he say, wow. Now that's a big statement when God can say, ain't nobody before you ask me that. Ain't nobody after you gonna ask that. He ain't gonna ask for it. He ain't gonna ask for it. She ain't gonna ask for it. He 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 ain't gonna ask for it. Your wife, you, him, me, 1,000 millions of people. Ain't nobody made that statement like Solomon. So he can say, there's nobody that's business, man. And when you got that type of business in your heart, right here,
but then when you get to
in between the ears,
the New Testament, he said he found somebody great.
He said what?
He found somebody great.
But guess what?
That's
they just told you the person that you omit from the book. Hey. That's why you can't put the whole story together.
But that's a lie here. Let's
read
it.
I'm gonna show you it's true because I'm gonna read them out of your book.
Okay, let's read. Read what you
said. Where y'all going, man? Yeah, I'm trying to understand this. So I know how you feel about JC. You got a lot of names from monkey to all that.
All that, yes, right.
So why did he just try to teach us from JC mouth? He just told us from JC mouth.
I was just proving them.
Yeah, but you use JC mouth, the same monkey, the same guy that ain't no good. But you still teaching Gentiles. You still teaching Gentiles. But look how fast a Gentile jumped up and said, whoa, you just used JC.
But he showed you a contradiction.
You can't show a contradiction.
That's a contradiction. If he showed you over in the Old Testament, then ain't nobody gonna be before this man or after this man.
But I said it's a contradiction. We don't think it's a contradiction.
I know. It's not a contradiction. And if you teach it, you take me places where you show me absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, that it's a contradiction.
It's a whole lot of contradictions in the New Testament.
It's 194 contradictions in the New Testament.
Let me read this to you. Let me read this to you.
I ain't got time to go through all of it.
Let me read this to you.
Where we going? I want to read
Psalm the 40th chapter.
Okay.
And I want you to tell me who this is. Psalms the 40th chapter. No, I take that back. Psalms the 41st chapter. Psalms 41.
What verse?
I'm going to read Psalms 41, man. All of it, man.
Read all? Okay.
Blessed is he that considereth the poor. The Lord deliver him in time of trouble. The Lord will preserve him and keep him alive. And he shall be blessed upon the earth. And thou will not deliver him unto the will of his enemies. The Lord will strengthen him upon the bed of languishing. thou wilt make all his bed in his sickness. I said, Lord, be merciful unto me. Heal my soul, for I have sinned against thee. Mine enemies speak evil of me. When shall I die and his name perish? And if he come to see me, he speak of vanity. His heart gathereth iniquity to itself. When he goeth abroad, he telleth it. All that hate me whisper together against me. Against me do they devise my hurt. An evil disease say they cleaveth fast unto me. And now that he lieth, he shall rise up no more. Yea, mine own familiar friend in whom I trusted, which did eat of my bread, have lifted up his heel against me.
They told the police on you.
But thou, O Lord, be merciful unto me, and raise me up, that I may requite them. By this I know that thou favorest me, because mine enemy doth not triumph over me. And as for me, thou upholdest me in mine integrity, and settest me before thy face forever. Now, he said, he sets him before his face forever. Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, from everlasting to everlasting. Amen. Now, when you look at what's being said here, this guy is praising.
Right into that 9th verse.
Huh?
Read that 9th verse again. That's popcorn. That's cool.
Yea, mine own familiar friend in whom I trusted, which did eat of my bread, he hath lifted up his heel against me.
They told the police on me.
Now, I'm going to go and show you in the book that they say ain't real. Now, watch this. Now, watch, they're going to say it's a lie now.
No,
I'm going to take them over in the
real
new book, and I'm going to show them what this guy said, that this guy, who he broke bread with, went right out and then really told the police on him. That's a good analogy. That he said, he went and tiptoed and said, and then they offered him some money, and then he said, yeah, he's going to be over there in the garden.
They ain't offered nothing. He told them nothing.
Well, they offered. Did he miss the word that I said? They offered. People offer you all type of stuff, brother. I didn't say he took. I say they offered.
Well, let's go what you talking about.
All right. Let's go over to John, the 13th chapter.
Now, who was John?
You said he got beheaded.
I said, who was John?
You said he got beheaded.
The book said.
I know. You said he got beheaded.
Okay, John. St. John?
Yeah, St. John.
Okay, St. John, where we going? I mean, where we going, bro?
John, the 13th chapter.
13th chapter.
What verse?
Let's read 18 through 21.
Okay, go.
Is it the 3rd verse?
John 13. St.
Yeah,
John,
John,
chapter 13, verse, what now?
Yeah, St. John. I don't think that's it. But I'm going to read. Speak not thou of all. I
What
know.
verse?
But 18.
Okay. Yeah, I
Speak not of you all. I know whom I have chosen, but that the scripture may be fulfilled. He that eateth bread with me have lifted up his heel against me. Now, who doing the talking right there in this monkey book, as he calls it?
Jesus.
Now, this guy, wait a minute, Zeus is so good. See, this the power that they give the Gentiles. The Gentiles are better than them. See, they better teach it. See, anytime a Gentile can go and take out from what we were just at in Psalms, and then go over, as they say so well, and wrote this book, and then get somebody that say the exact same thing, you don't even do that in your teaching. You just bounce around. Well, that's a contradiction. When you teach it, at least do like the Gentile, having line upon line. Now, he said again about a familiar friend right here. So if I was going to trust somebody, I'm going to trust the person who can give me, well, this person said it, and then he took me over there. He wrote it just like it was supposed to be written. You ain't even doing that. John said right here in this writing, verily I say unto you, he that receiveth whomsoever sinneth receiveth me. And he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. When Jesus had thus said, he was troubled in the spirit and testified and said, verily, verily, I say unto you, that one of you shall betray me. Go tell the police on me. Go take a money ransom, even if you don't take it, and tell them where I'm hiding. You snitch. You rat. You don't even do like the Gentile. Now, if that brother was doing that after 21 years of his stint, I would be like, I'm going to follow him. Wait a minute, because you can't.
No, because I don't believe in the New Testament.
No,
I don't
do it
believe
in the
in the
book
New
that you
Testament.
believe in.
You don't believe in the New
Do it in the book that you believe in.
No.
Do it. Look.
half a book and know it.
I done read the whole book.
No,
I know that's not
This is what
right.
I'm saying to you,
I
brother.
know what Satan done done.
Reading.
Satan done deceived you and the whole world.
Then why don't you take your own book? Take your own book.
Just like just reading half of it and not knowing nothing.
I done read the whole book.
Yeah, but you don't.
I done read the New Testament about 5 or 6 times. From Matthew to Revelation.
I got what you said.
I done read the Bible from beginning to end twice.
Get what I'm saying? You
Twice.
living half a book.
No, I ain't living no half a book.
Yeah, if you don't believe in the New Testament, you living half a book.
You giving them too much power.
You living half a book.
No, I'm not living no half a
You
book.
only living half a book if you
inspired
don't believe
words
in the
of
New
Yah,
Testament.
the
If you
prophets.
don't believe in the New Testament, you only reading half a book.
I
And reading
believe
half
in
a book
Yah
can't
and
tell
the
you
prophets.
nothing.
Yah and
Reading
the
half a
prophets.
book can't tell you nothing.
Yah and the prophets. That's what Yah and the prophets. That's what I believe in.
You can believe it, but you said you don't believe in the New Testament.
Them not prophets.
Y'all,
Them is not prophets.
who's not a
What
prophet?
are they? What are they?
John wasn't a prophet.
What are they? What are they?
What was John?
Apostle. What are they? That's not a prophet.
John was an apostle.
Yeah.
Prophet. They all the same. They giving the word of God.
Apostles
Yeah.
or that monkey in the new book.
If that's what you want to call it. If that's what you want to call it. If that's what you want to call it. But this book that this 21 years in jail read, it says there's only one name that man shall be saved. And that name is Jesus. That's what this book says, but I know you didn't read it. I know you didn't read it. I know you skimmed over that part.
Okay, let me ask you this then. Okay,
I don't know nothing. I'm just saying what I read.
Isaiah 45 and 20 let's go to Isaiah 45
and see what it says.
and 21. And let me ask you this. Let me see how you gonna wiggle out of this one. Let me see how you gonna wiggle out of this one.
There we go. Now that's good. This is over.
Tell you Isaiah 45, 21 through 23.
Okay,
Isaiah 45.
Let me get it.
Okay.
One thing.
Everybody go there. Go to Isaiah 45.
Now what verse now?
21st verse.
Okay. Tell ye and bring them near. Yeah, let them take counsel together, who have declared this from ancient time, who have told it from that time. Have not I, the Lord, and there is no God else besides me, just God and a Savior. There is none besides me. Look unto me, and be ye saved, all the ends of the earth, for I am God, and there is none else. I have sworn by myself, the word is gone out my mouth in righteousness, and shall not return, that unto me every knee shall bow, every tongue shall swear.
So you saying that the JC character is God. Because you say you can't nobody be saved by
But
him.
Law 21, when he said, he read on 21, it just say, tell ye to bring them near, let them take counsel together, we have declared them from ancient time, who have told it from that time, have not out the Lord, and there is no God else beside me, a just God and a Savior. So, yes, at this Old Testament, right?
Ain't nobody wrong. That's
What book is this we read?
We read the Old Testament.
So, is there anywhere in the Old Testament where he was talking the becoming of JC in the New Testament? And then we can prove in the New Testament that it did say it in the Old Testament that it was the becoming of a Savior.
There's nowhere in the Old Testament where he spoke of JC coming.
But no, he spoke of somebody that's coming, a prophet that could be coming, that he spoke on that. We just read it in Deuteronomy 18, right?
That's what he's talking about, Savior.
But who was he talking about? Can you tell me the name he was talking about in Deuteronomy 18?
I done told you, but you ain't gonna believe me. I said it was the prophets that came up.
And who would that? I mean,
What-
the
A
name.
whole lot of prophets. Prophets Isaiah,
No,
prophets
no,
Jeremiah.
We still going back. We still
one
going back to
particular-
that.
You're not gonna believe it.
It's one particular prophet. Who
Well,
is it?
you got to prove me that I need to believe that.
It can't be more than one. He said a prophet.
No, you can't.
But he said a prophet.
Because you not gonna believe that right there.
But you got to show me where it said he was talking about everybody. He what? He said, I'm going to send
Okay,
y'all
show me
somebody.
where it was talking about this new testament.
Well, that's what I understand the knowledge and wisdom come in at. You know,
This is what-
that's where your knowledge
this
and
is what he
understanding
said.
got to in your heart.
Don't never honor JC no kind of way. The Old
I
Testament
understand
don't honor him no kind of way. He's no.
Y'all said he revealed his secret.
But they
to a
did
servant
speak
of the
upon,
prophets.
they did speak upon somebody that's gonna be coming, of becoming, right?
Yeah, we can put a bunch
Who
of
is they
names.
speaking of? Who powerful enough, other than Moses, like you said, that go come and go help like
It
Moses
don't
did?
specify. It
Let
don't
me
give
read
no
this.
name.
Let me read
It
this
don't
out of this
specify.
book.
It
Brother,
don't-
before you go anywhere, let me read this.
Hold on,
Now let me read.
hold on.
No, let me read. Now you say, now brother, he said there's nobody. Now I want him to answer this. Answer chapter 53 of Isaiah. Now I'm gonna read.
I'm asking.
Who have believed our report?
I'm asking.
And to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed?
That's real servant.
I know, but let's read.
That's the children of
Let's
Israel.
read it. Okay. He says the children of Israel.
That's the servant.
Isaiah 53, verse 1. Who hath believed our report? And to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed? For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant. Now he shall grow up before him as a tender plant. He's talking singular now. Not no whole lot of prophets. He said he shall grow up before him as a tender plant.
They did.
Well, he keeps saying they did. He shall grow up.
Well, who is it talking about?
Well, you supposed to be so wide. Tell me. This your book. This your book. You study this book. No, I'm reading it. I want, look, if you say you are master of a book, and I'm looking for answers, I want to read something. I want to read something. Before you ask me something, let me finish this whole text, and then you see he's going to be talking singular all the way through this, and then you tell me out of your studies, read from from Genesis to Malachi, who this is. This dude told me, David, Solomon, you told me that over in Missouri.
I didn't tell you 53 had nothing to do with that.
You told me, when I asked you, who is this guy right here that's going to turn his back to the
I never said David,
he
man.
said,
I said David.
Roll back the tape.
I said David is the Messiah. I said David is the Messiah.
That's who they're talking about, the Messiah.
No, you a lie.
That's talking about
Okay, well look, I ain't talking about the whole book, but listen to it. Who hath believed our report? To whom is the arm of the Lord revealed? He shall grow up before him as a tender plant, and as a root out of a dry ground. He have no form nor comeliness. And when we shall see him, singular again, when we shall see him, not them, when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. Singular again. He is despised. He is despised. Not they are despised. But y'all talking about the book all willy-nilly. Oh, the apostles ain't prophets. You don't even know how to read what the prophets write. Because the prophets are simply writing Isaiah singular. He is despised. Us meaning more than just one. It means more than one. But he is despised and rejected of men. Whoever this guy is, he's going to be rejected of men. He's going to be rejected of men. David was never rejected. If somebody would have rejected David, he'd have dropped the gavel on him.
Oh, they rejected JC?
If somebody would have dropped the gavel, if somebody would have rejected, if you're the king of the land, if you Pharaoh, if somebody reject you, you're going to have to be beheaded. You said, you saw what they did to Paul. You saw what they did to John. They didn't have no power. They were slaves. Let me finish reading 53. Pass what you want. But digest 53. He is despised and rejected of men. A man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. We hid as it were our faces from him. We hide our faces from him. He was despised and esteemed, and we esteemed him not. Surely he had borne out of grief. Surely he had borne our griefs, and carried our sorrows. Yet we did esteem him stricken. He was smitten of God. Wow, this guy was smitten of God. But these guys will tell you that this guy that they talking about wasn't no God. God tell his son that you God. That you're going to become God. I said ye are God. And he said you're going to die like men. God called you the sons of God if you do what he say. But they're going to tell you Jesus could be God. That lets you know that they are void of understanding. Even in the book that they're reading. Because you are on a quest, you're on a journey. If you do what the book says, if you keep the law, you're trying to become God. And the book say that. I ain't saying that. And he is despised and rejected of men, man of sorrow, and acquainted with grief. And we hid it as our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. Surely we have borne our griefs. Surely he had borne our griefs and carried our sorrows. Yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of God, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgression. Was David ever wounded? Was Joshua ever wounded?
Was the children of Israel ever wounded?
Huh?
Was the children of Israel ever wounded?
Children of Israel were wounded because of disobedience. Not because they was doing what God said. Because of disobedience. But this guy, he is rejected of men. He is despised. He is carrying on our grief. We turning our backs on him. If you turned your back on David, you would have been beheaded. If you turned your back on Joshua, you would have been dealt with. If you turned your back on King Solomon, you would have been dealt with. Go and say something about President Trump tomorrow on the news media and see what they do to you.
Let me ask you this.
Ask me so I can finish reading this.
Just think about this. Do you actually think the Almighty, the Creator, gonna allow His creation to pierce Him or kill Him? He can't die.
Do you
actually believe that right there? I'm talking about this is the Creator of the heaven and earth gonna allow His creation. This is not the puppet master.
Say that again.
This is not the puppet master.
Guess what he did?
He's not gonna allow His creation to kill Him.
And he took on the form of man. Why? Don't you believe it said in your book? It said in your book that you say you read.
He died for your sins.
It said he's taking on you. He said, a man of sorrow, acquainted with grief. We hid our faces from him. He was despised. We esteemed him not. Surely he had borne our griefs. How does he bear your grief then, brother? This problem. I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question.
Let's talk about the children of Israel.
He had borne your griefs and carried our sorrow, yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of God. He was smitten, but he was smitten of God. He was smitten of God.
Yeah, the children of Israel was.
He was smitten of God. He was smitten of God. Who is he? Who is he?
The servant of God.
He, the servant, but who is that servant? But who is he? Stop taking the singular and making it a plural. What are you doing? But he was wounded. Who is he that was wounded? For our transgression. He was bruised for our iniquity. The chastisement of our peace was upon him. And with our stripes, with his stripe, we are healed. All we like sheep have gone astray. Now you can say, Israel, we have gone astray. The God ain't no mistake maker. Now he went from singular to plural. In the blink of an eye. Verse 6. Now he says, and all we. You know how absolute all is, man? All we, like sheep, have gone astray. But he gonna tell you something different. All we. I was reading to you what the book say. You can kick against it if you want to, but you gonna be in trouble. He gonna give you what he come out philosophy, and he gonna say, I'm philosophizing, but you philosophizing. I'm reading. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned everyone to his own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all.
He wants you to check this book out here.
What do you want me to check out? What do you want me to check out? Simply because certain ideas were expressed. Who wrote this book?
There you go.
Look at who wrote. Hey, I want to pass this around the room. This man, I'm gonna show y'all they believe in the Gentile. Now, he passed me. All right, he got the mind. When you got the mind of whoever your master is, you are like them. You are a Gentile. Now let me show you what he just passed. He said, read this. This dude said, simply because certain ideas were expressed. Then when you turn, you don't see God on that. You see Johnny Cochran. Johnny Cochran. It might as well be Johnny Cochran. Man, I'm simply telling you, read on the line. Stop searching for all these books because these. Oh man, he want to believe him, but he don't want to believe what's written.
Because the Bible tells you who the servant is.
If that dude got his opinion, why come King James can't have his opinion?
I'm talking about right here. I'm talking about right here.
The brother never got through teaching.
I'm talking about right here.
All we like sheep, when I read this, he go, yeah. All we like sheep have gone astray. We turned everyone to his own way. The Lord have laid on him the iniquity of us all. The Lord laid on him the iniquity of us all. I don't know who he is, but he took on the iniquity of everybody. He was oppressed, he was afflicted. Yet he opened not his mouth. And you don't know nobody else who get beat down and they don't open their mouth. Name a prophet that done it. Got smacked around, got kicked, got thorns put on his head. All this. Name me a prophet.
JC opened his mouth.
No, I'm asking you to show me a prophet. Show me a prophet. Because you calling this prophet Isaiah a lie. Now show me a prophet that got kicked around and didn't open his mouth. That's all I want you to do. Contradict what Isaiah is showing. Yet he was oppressed and he was afflicted. Yet he opened not his mouth. He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before his shearers is dumb. So he opened not his mouth. Now let's get further in this. He was taken from prison and from judgment. And who shall declare his generation? For he was cut off out of the land of the living. For the transgression of my people was he stricken. For the transgression of my people. For the transgression of my people, Israel now, he was cut off. He was stricken. But he was cut off from the land of the living. So whoever this dude who got beat down, he got cut off from the land of the living. He died. But he died for Israel. Now let's check it out. And he made his grave with the wicked. And with the rich in their book that they read so well, so they say, they said the prophet Isaiah is a liar. Because if he's not a liar, you show me who he's talking about. Wait a minute. Don't show me no them. Show me him. Show me him. And he made his grave with the wicked and with the rich in his death, because he had done no violence, neither was there any deceit in his mouth. Yet it pleased the Lord, Yah. Yet it pleased God. Yet it pleased whoever you want to say. He said Yah, Yehuda, whoever. But it pleased this guy to do this to this dude. It wasn't no enemy that came and done it. It was God that done it. It said it pleased the Lord to bruise him. He had put him to grief. And when thou shalt make his soul an offering for sin. And when you read that, you know that the soul and the body are one and the same. But they teach you that there's a soul that dwells inside of you. You are the complete essence of what God said in Genesis. Man became a living soul. So when you lie, your soul just lied. When your arm get cut off, your soul just got its arm cut off. You are the soul. But in these willy-nilly churches, they teach you something else. So I'm reading the Bible for what it said, and not what somebody tell me or what I might think in my own mind. Even if I read 1,000 books, when I come back here, I'll be like, well, that book must have lied.
But see, you're a philosopher real quick.
How can I when I'm reading the book?
I'm talking about even with the us. You keep on saying that this is the JC character. It is not angel.
I told you tonight that was the JC character.
No, I'm talking about on them debates I done heard you on.
Oh,
I'm talking about them debates on there. You talking about the foreheads and all the eyes around the body and all this and that. Talking about the angels look like 4 calves and this and that. Angels look just like human beings.
You don't say that the angels have 4 faces?
Yeah, some of them do, but some of them look just like me and you too.
What the rest of them look like?
Me and you.
Show me. Show me the book. Let me finish reading it. Now I want you to show me what an angel look like you. An angel might come and take on the presence of a man, but an angel is a spirit. He can never be you. An angel is a servant spirit. He is someone who, when he is disobedient, he can't just die like we die. God got to set up a place for he can burn forever. See, the lake of fire and hell was set up for Satan and his angels. Because see, you can't go take a knife and stab Satan in the arm. You can't take a gun and shoot Satan because he's a spirit. You can't take an angel and shoot guns at him. You see that in that little scary movie. Now he gonna tell me an angel look like me and you. That means he takes on a fleshly body and he can die. I can show you all night long that he is absolutely wrong. And if you follow him, you're going over the cliff and over the cliff and over the cliff.
You
and there is no end. Wait a minute.
You also said in your debate, you said spirit and flesh cannot mix.
They can't.
Okay, so where
How
did the
can
JC
a spirit being sleep with a fleshly being?
Okay, you're exactly right. So where is this JC character's birth come from?
This JC character, this man trying to discredit God for being able to do. You asked it earlier. You gonna say God can't do what he want to do? You gonna say the Almighty? So he don't believe. See, he don't believe it. He don't believe it. He don't believe it. He don't believe it. He don't believe that God made a whale. He don't believe that God made a whale swallow Jonah. He don't believe that God had that. He said he believed it.
I believe that, but I know that I ain't doing that though.
Then he telling you right here.
So what I'm saying
is
that
telling you right here.
Spirit and flesh can't mix, and then you just said.
I ain't told you no spirit and flesh, man.
I
ain't never told you no spirit. He said he doing what doctors do right now. He came, the Almighty, and planted a seed in Mary.
Oh, he did?
He didn't sleep with Mary. He didn't sleep with Mary. He didn't have the angels go sleep with Mary. See, that's what they want you to believe. But he has the power. See, when you are made after the image of God, you're in a box. You don't know the power that you have in the end time. If you do what God says, you're going to become God. So in your infinite state, you still trying to think like the people at the Tower of Babel. And God said, if we don't go down and confound the languages, nothing can be withheld from these people.
If Yah came down in spirit and flesh and let his creation kill them, So who woke God up then? Who woke God up since he let his spirit, his flesh? When he allowed his own creation to kill him, who woke Yah up then? Since this character was Yah.
You saying this character was Yah, and I say I agree. Wait a minute.
What I'm saying is that if Yah let his creation kill him, who woke him up then?
God.
Who?
God. I just went over here like a buck. See, that's where us come in at. Let us make man in our earth. They say he's talking to angels. But I'm telling you, it's God talking to God. Because in Psalm, it said, the Lord said unto my Lord, sit thou on my... So who is he talking about? The one that he was talking to woke him up.
That was David.
Now you sound like him. Now you sound like him. It don't take long. Yeah, it don't take long, man. That was David. I knew I was going to get it out of him. That was David. That was David.
Let's go to it.
That was David. Let me finish reading this. Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him. He had put him to grief. When thou shalt make his soul an offering for sin, he shall see his seed, and he shall prolong his days, and the pleasure of the Lord shall prosper in his hand. And he shall see of the travail of his soul, and shall be satisfied. By his knowledge shall my righteous servant justify many. Shall my righteous servant, not servants. God keep making these mistakes. Let them tell it. He ain't putting an S on this stuff nowhere. God ain't no God that make mistakes like that. We didn't clear the room because we ain't teaching nothing.
There you go.
You simply trying to say that the book is lying. And I'm reading from your book. I ain't going over here in the complete book. I'm reading from your book. And I'm asking you to stop me when I'm lying. I don't hear you saying, lie, lie. Because I'm reading from your book now. And I'm telling you, you can't even read your book. Because he said, he shall see the travail, the suffering of his soul, and shall be satisfied by his knowledge. The knowledge is the know-how that I made a decision to go down.
You make the New Testament like it's a public.
I'm reading the Old Testament to you. I'm reading the Old Testament.
You got the potter letting the clay.
I'm reading the Old Testament.
Dictate the.
I'm reading the Old Testament. I'm telling you he, and you can't put no name on the he.
I done told you already, the children of Israel. Okay, let me ask you, hold up.
Every time he say that, the teachers that put a check mark, then finally, she go to the dean's office, she called his friend and say,
hold up, let me ask you this. Okay, when y'all, let me ask you this right here then. Can I ask you this right here? When y'all told Moses to go down there and said, tell Pharaoh, let my son go today he may serve me, who was he talking about?
He said, let my people go. He said,
my son serve me.
Let's go read it. Let's go read it. Go get it. Let's go read it.
But he was talking about the whole
he said, this is my firstborn.
Oh, that's Exodus.
He said, this is my firstborn.
Yeah, that's Exodus.
Third or fourth chapter.
Yeah. We'll go there and read it. Yeah.
But I'm just saying though.
He asked you who was he talking about.
I want you to go get it and let's read it. I remember all the scripts.
Okay, Exodus 4 and 22.
Yeah. He wants
Exodus 4 and 22.
Exodus 4 and 22.
Exodus 4 and 22.
It said, and thou shalt say unto Pharaoh.
Let me get it.
See how you gonna
4 and
philosophize this?
22.
He said, and thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, thus says Yah, Israel is my son. Okay, who is it? Israel. He put no S's on there.
Why would he have to put an S on there when he said Israel? Israel is my son. When he said Israel, that means he ain't talking about an individual, he talking about a nation. And when he talking about a nation,
that's 12 tribes.
He talking about a nation.
That's 12.
Our people, that's right.
So why that suffering servant can't be the children of Israel?
Huh?
Why that suffering servant can't be the children of Israel?
Because he said he.
He said my servant is Israel.
Said he.
But see, when you read all the chapters before there, he said my servant.
Show me right here where he said he and him when he was talking about when he said go.
Okay.
Now let's read.
No, the second verse. And I say unto thee, let my son go. My son is on the 23rd verse.
23rd.
Okay, go ahead.
And I say unto thee, let my son go. My son, that's singular. That's singular.
Who did he call his son?
Israel.
Israel.
As a nation.
So when he identified Israel, he ain't identified nobody over here. He just said him and he. And that lets you know he's not talking about Israel. When he wanted you to know he was talking about Israel, he let you know it. He said Israel, and Israel is my son. And if you don't get it right, you'll be thinking, well, he's just talking about Israel. If you ain't teaching people right, they'll say, well, oh, it's 12 tribes in Israel. So why would he just say son and it's 12 tribes? But he just made two mistakes in what you said.
Okay.
He just said Israel, and then he said son.
Before you get up to the 53rd chapter, it's talking about Israel, my servant. It's telling you who servant is all through Isaiah 40, all up to 53.
Israel is his
Thou art my servant, O Israel. Thou shalt not be forgotten. Also, this right here, he says that scripture. He says, "Thus says Yah, thy Redeemer, and that formed thee from the womb. I am Yah, that maketh all things, that stretcheth forth the heavens alone, not with two, that spreadeth abroad the earth by myself." Now, myself is singular. So, who is this other person that's supposed to help create the heavens and earth?
That us. That was talking to the beginning.
But it says myself, though. He said, I created the spread of the broad myself.
Let me tell you what you don't know, brother. And I didn't really want to bring this out, because if I bring it out, we got to go down another road. See, the Bible, when you read the Bible, it's in entirety, like you don't. Even though okay, so then if you know that, then you know this. God said, even when you're trying to get around and say, well, I don't believe that. God has said to you that when he's sitting here and he's talking about this guy that he talking about in the beginning, he said, no man, you read it twice, no man has heard God at any time or seen his shape. No man. You read the Bible twice. He ain't read it not one time in its entirety. He read half the Bible. So I'm talking to you. Now, you know from your studies, I'm reading over here, and I know it's a mistake, because the book over here, where these Gentiles wrote, they said, no man has seen God or heard his voice at any time. That's a heavyweight statement for the Gentiles to read. And then the same guy said, no man has ascended up to heaven except for the Son that came down from heaven. Now, when I go back to Genesis and I see an us, and he says, let us make man in our image, I know that the image of an angel is not like man. I know that the image that God is talking about, he's talking about making man in our image. And the only way that man, I say this might be wrong about it tonight, but if I have to get it, I'll get it for you. When God is sending you on this journey, because God, when he put Adam in the garden, what he wanted was everlasting life for Adam. When Adam dropped the ball, the whole course of life changed. Not just for you, but for animals, for everything on the planet. Everything fell under the curse, so to speak. Now, when this thing started to transpire, God said, somebody had to make, I'm talking now, you ain't even in the room no more. You just read half the book. You saw half the movie. What you say don't matter. I'm talking to somebody that watched the whole movie, even though he don't believe Pookie shot him at the end. I'm telling you, Pookie shot him. You didn't know what Pookie did. When last time you saw Pookie, he was playing with toys. Now Pookie did the shoot. You just sit over there and be quiet. We'll get to you when we want to. My point to you is that when you are dealing with that, and you know what the Gentiles have said, you have to ask yourself the question, what is this guy talking about? When I go back and read in the book, Moses and them are making all type of mistakes. Isaiah and them making all type of mistakes. Because this book is always talking about this heed, this branch, this this tender plant that's going to come up. It's always talking about this guy. So we got to figure out, who is this he? Because we know it can't be David. David didn't live forever. Solomon didn't live forever. None of these, none of these people live forever. So when I see that in the book, I ask myself, I say, well, where is they going with this? Because Adam was supposed to live forever. Adam dropped the ball. Now you got death on the scene. And every man that's born got to die, so to speak. But the point is that we were under this bondage, this curse. He's saying, I'm going to send somebody that's going to get you out of that pit where there is no water. You still have not told me who going to get us out of this death sentence. Somebody got to lift this death sentence. And this death sentence. Huh? Yah. So what does he have to do to lift us out of this death sentence?
First of all, we got to wait.
He got to do something. I just read to you, completed in the 53rd chapter of Isaiah, where he was showing you what he had to do to lift this death sentence. He showed you. He came and took these things from you. He took on them stripes. He came to show you how you can walk. He came to show you what you could do. He bare your, then he made his bed and left the land of the living. This person who gonna lift this death sentence got to do like they was doing in the old days. See, there was a such thing called animal sacrifice. When you did something wrong, you had to go before the priest, And then the priest had to go, and he had to say, bring your...
According to the scriptures, the sin, when you sin ignorance, they when they got a female unblemished.
Well, whatever they when they got something
With
had
no
to die.
male.
Something had to die for you.
Yeah, that was back then.
Well, that was lifting that you had done wrong off of you, so you wouldn't get that death sentence. Now, since you can't go and kill the goat no more, bring the blood and sprinkle it on the whatchamacall, I guess y'all believe that. The veil been torn.
Yeah, I believe in that.
Where you get that from? Read that to me in the old book.
That was in the Old Testament.
I know, read it to me. Teach me tonight. Read that to me. Show me where the veil been ripped. Go now let's let the student in. Read that to me. Read that to me.
I just said it was there.
The blood sacrifices have been abolished. Yeah. No more priests. The Levitical priesthood.
All you need is contrite spirit and
wow.
That's all.
Wow. So I still gotta walk out here with no.
It ain't-
I can't go fish in the mosque.
I already know what you're gonna say. Because the JC character.
No. I'm gonna say what you teach me.
No, I
Teach me. Teach me. Teach me.
Died for the sin.
Teach me. Because the Gentiles, they did well, so you say. So teach me. Show me in the old book how these things got, because something had to die. Adam blew the mission. And as soon as Adam blew the mission.
But why Moses couldn't die for when they sinned? Why
Moses wanted to.
I know, but why God wouldn't allow Moses to die?
Because Moses couldn't sit in the seat of that guy that was coming down the road. See, Moses wanted to die, and they understood one thing. He said, if you don't shut your mouth, I'll slide. I'll die for the people. What? What you saying, Moses? That can't happen. You can't do that. Because every man got to die in his own. I'm done.
Okay, well let this man, the brother, know that.
Go ahead.
We gonna have to close right now because I get to. Well, how long you got to do it?
Man, listen, I want you to pop some corn, Hebrew.
I tried to pop some corn. I can't. Anytime, what's his name? You know, he ain't gonna. No, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about. Well, man, you know, it's hard to pop corn when see they stuck in their ways and me and you stuck in our ways because we on the truth and they with the fable, with the fictional character.
That's why I say show me in the
What's that? You know, with the fictional character.
Check this out. I learned one thing in school. This is what I learned in school. I learned this from history. When I was in school, I had a white teacher. I've been on this all my life, even as a kid. They told us Columbus discovered America. I say this. This is what I told a white teacher. I told him, how can he discover something when somebody's standing there watching him getting out of a boat coming up the shore? Listen,
right.
I got kicked out of school for this. I really did. I got kicked out of school. My mom had to come back and get me in school. One thing I learned from that is this. You'll take this white man's book and you'll read every word in that white man's book and you won't think to change nothing. When the white man gives you a test, he tell you to read chapter 29 through 30. You read every word through those chapters and you believe every word. I tell people this. Listen. I tell people this analogy about the Bible all the time. Why is it you can't read this? Why is it that you can't read this and leave the words where it's at? You read that white man book in his school and you left every word where it was at because when he gave you a test, you know if you didn't write what that book said,
well, actually,
you knew you was going to fail.
Actually, these are not really books. These are scrolls.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Yes, it do matter.
Biblos. You can call them scrolls. You can call them books.
Before
it don't matter. It don't matter.
Yes,
Listen,
it
the point is
it
this. The point is this. The point is this. You read everything that white man tells you to read and you believe it. But you can't read this book. And I'm talking about the world. I'm talking about all human beings. Can't read this book and leave it where it's at. We got to interpret. This thing up here is so shallow.
Let me ask you this.
This thing is so shallow.
Let me ask you this then. Why is it that if it's one creator, why do you have 40,000 different religions?
Because we stupid.
Okay,
because we are all human beings. We are human beings. We are stupid.
You got 40,000 different religions, and it's supposed to go
It don't
one
matter.
way.
It don't matter. It don't matter. We all came from the same. If I cut you, what color you gonna bleed?
I believe red.
If you cut me, if we go get an African, if we go get a Hebrew, if we go get any other race of people and cut them, what we gonna bleed?
That's true.
Well, the only reason why we got all this different what's going on.
Because we don't know no better. That's why we got all these different religions.
You right.
And if you
And
cut
there's a lot of
all,
philosophizing.
it's gonna be.
See, what we don't realize is this. The one.
There's a lot of philosophizing.
The one.
Like I just said, I don't philosophize. I don't know what it means.
The one position that we in
It's really what you call being overwise.
That's
I
right.
ain't wise.
Overwise.
I'm so dumb.
Philosophizing.
I'm the dumbest person in this room. I tell people this all the time about me, and I got a lot of knowledge. I tell them I'm the dumbest. Excuse my language. I tell them I'm the dumbest nigga in the crowd.
Can you read for me, brother?
Huh?
Can you read for me?
You know I can read.
Read for me then, brother.
What do you want me to
I
read?
want you to read. Go to 1 John. Read that 4 and 12.
Go into it.
Don't leave yet, brother. We ain't done. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
It was, yeah.
Well, the man just said he has.
No, I'm okay if he go. I mean,
4 and 12. I'll read it. I'll read it.
Yeah, 1 John 4 and 12. I mean, yeah, 4 and chapter. Yeah. 4.
No man have seen God at any time.
Now this is what the New Testament says.
If we love one another, God dwelleth in us, and his love is perfected in us.
Now he say no man seen it. Now go to St. John 5 and 37. St. John 5 and 37. Now this is what the New Testament say.
that's
St.
good,
John
huh?
5 and 37.
Yeah. St. John 5 and 37.
5 and 37.
Tell the camera where you read.
Oh, this is John, St. John's 5th chapter, 37th verse.
Read.
And the Father himself, which have sent me, have borne witness of me. Ye have neither heard his voice at any time, nor seen his shape.
Okay.
That's key.
Now go to the Old Testament. Go to Exodus 24. Go to Exodus 24 and 9 through 12. Let's see what the Old Testament say about it. Now you heard what the New Testament say, right? Okay, let's see what the Old
24, 9 through 12.
Yeah.
Exodus, this is Exodus 24th chapter, 9th verse through the
12th verse.
12th verse. Then went up Moses and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel. And they saw the God of Israel.
What?
And there was under his feet as it were a paved work of a
They saw
sapphire
it.
stone.
Hold up now. The New Testament just say, ain't nobody seen him or heard his voice anytime. Now finish reading.
I'm gonna keep
Finish
reading.
reading.
It say,
What?
As
No,
it were a body.
read that 10th verse again.
okay, and they saw the God of Israel, and there was under his feet as it were a paved work of a sapphire stone, and as it were the body of heaven in its clearness.
Read.
And upon the nobles of the children of Israel he laid not his hand. Also they saw God, and
What?
did eat and drink.
They saw it? Hold up. They saw it? Okay, now finish reading the 12th verse.
And the Lord said unto Moses, come up to me into the mount, and be there, and I will give thee tables of stone, and a law and commandments which I have written, that thou mayest teach them.
Who gonna give it to you?
Huh?
Who gonna give it to you?
Well, the book say the Lord.
That's right. He didn't give you no church. He didn't give you no baptism. He didn't give you that monkey in the New Testament.
Okay.
He didn't give you none of that. Hold on, I ain't through. Now go to Exodus 31.
Now, let me ask you a
Hold
question.
on. Let me get through now that you talking money.
Keep reading.
Exodus 31.
Let me keep reading this one hitter quitters.
Right. Exodus 31 and 18.
Let me keep reading this one hitter quitters. Put now,
Exodus
Exodus 31
That's right.
What-
And 18.
and verse 18.
That's right.
And he gave unto Moses, when he had made an end of communing with him upon Mount Sinai, 2 tables of testimony, tables of stone, written with the finger of God.
Now written with the okay. Now go to Exodus 33 and 20.
33 and 20. Exodus 33 and 20.
33 and 20 and 23.
Okay. And he said, thou canst not see my face, for there shall no man see me and live. You said 23?
That's right.
And I will take away my hand, and thou shalt see my back parts, but my face shall not be seen.
That's right. So they saw Moses seen his back part, but the New Testament say ain't nobody seen or heard his voice anytime. Okay, go to Numbers. No, let's go to Exodus 15. Let me see Exodus 15. Let me see Exodus 15.
The New Testament says that the J.C. character thought it wasn't robbery to be equal to Yah. And Yah says, to whom will ye liken me and make me equal and compare me to, that we may be alike?
You know,
There's
you
no
can't
one like
you know the mistake that's made? This is the mistake that's made. What y'all don't really understand is that Yah is the one that's doing the talking throughout the whole book, both books. Yah doing all the talking. But what y'all want to believe is this, that Yah.
You said it was two gods. I remember you saying
that.
You said it.
Go to Numbers 12.
What's the name of the other guy?
Go to Numbers 12.
I don't know. I only know one.
That's why I'm telling you.
I only know
You don't
one.
believe there's a dual ship, but it says us.
Number
You
12.
say there's
Hold
one,
on, I'm gonna get
but it
this.
says
I'm gonna
us.
get this
You
done.
can't be talking
I'm gonna get
about
this
us.
done. Then you can talk a month. Numbers 12, 1 through 5.
Numbers 12. Numbers chapter 12, verses 1 through 5.
Right, read.
And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman, whom he had married, for he had married an Ethiopian woman. And they said, hath the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses?
Now this is brother and sister getting mad at Moses because he married an Ethiopian woman. She wasn't an Israelite or a Hebrew, she was something else. Read.
He have not spoken also by us. It say, have he not spoken also by us? And the Lord heard it.
Almighty, when he heard Aaron and Miriam speak slick to Moses, watch what happened. Read.
Now the man Moses was very meek above all the men which were upon the face of the earth.
Aaron, this brother right here, meek,
And
humble. Read.
and the Lord spake suddenly unto Moses and unto Aaron and unto Miriam. Come out ye three unto the tabernacle of the congregation.
He called them all out as he
And
came down.
They three came out. And the Lord came down in the pillar of the cloud.
The
And
Almighty came down in the pillar.
stood in the door of the tabernacle and called Aaron and Miriam, and they both came forth.
He called them out. Read.
Okay. And he said, hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and I will speak unto him in a dream. My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all mine house.
Moses 100. The Almighty loved Moses. Read.
With him I shall speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches.
I ain't gonna speak
And
to
in
Moses
the-
like I do everybody else.
And in the similitude of the Lord shall he behold. Wherefore, then were ye not afraid to speak against my
The Almighty
servant
talking
Moses?
to me said, why you weren't scared to speak to Moses? Because that's my man. You ain't got no business talking slick. Because if I didn't say nothing about him marrying the Ethiopian woman, what you talking about? He getting mad at Aaron and his sister. Getting down on Moses. Read.
And the anger of the Lord was kindled against him.
He was salty.
and
He
he
mad.
departed.
He parted. Watch what happened when he departed.
And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow.
What?
And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous.
She was white. The Almighty turned the woman white because she said some slick
What?
shit to me. What?
I have to interject.
Interject.
She wasn't white.
What the book say?
Listen. Leprous is a disease.
It's two different kind of leprous.
It's a clean and it's an unclean.
There you go, brother.
It's clean and
Absolutely
unclean.
right.
She's not white as the color white.
So the book line.
And no, and when I'm saying
Book
not
line.
the color white, no.
What color then was
She's
she?
not a Gentile.
Right. Now, I say, what color was she then?
Huh?
If
It says she was leprous, white as snow.
What color is snow?
Snow is white.
Okay then.
Well, what color is
Okay.
white people? What color? And I'm gonna give you the word. What color is white people?
White people is pale. They pale.
Pale.
I give them that word, pale. They pale skin. Cause this is a white tail, this is white. They pale skin.
No, this is not a white table.
Well, that's a white wall.
No, yeah, that could be
Considered
considered
white.
a white wall.
Okay,
yeah.
but then what color?
But now, question: do a white person's skin look that color?
I said they was pale.
And do I want you to look up the color pale, and I want you to next time we meet, I want you to show me this color pale, and we're gonna get that young white man back in here, and I'm gonna show you he is not pale.
Well, what color is it? What color is it?
He's a Gentile. He can be classified as white because God called them Gentiles and white. You understand?
Yeah,
God called them that.
But I read it with the Almighty say turn white.
He
White as
said
snow.
white as snow. But you have to,
what color is snow?
like we said,
What color is snow?
it's a leprosy, it's a disease.
But
It's
what
a
color is
clean-
snow?
It's a clean
So the book line.
and an unclean.
The book.
No, the book ain't
Well,
lying.
come and
But
snow.
I want you to understand
You can't
that
make me
she
understand.
ain't white. That she ain't white. That's white.
What?
That's the color white.
The book say
In God's eyes, that's the color white.
Book say white as snow.
White as snow.
Okay, I
White
rest my
as snow.
case. I rest my case.
And
I'm gonna let my brother teach on.
Like I just said.
Because you just say the book
we
lying.
No.
Why come the thing with you said that they saw him?
That's right, they saw him.
They ate with him. They did all that.
They saw him.
Moses. He
No, they say 70 of the elders saw him.
Yeah.
But the monkey in the new book say, ain't nobody seen or heard his voice anytime. So that's a lie.
Let me tell you why that situation right
That's
there
a lie.
behooves you.
That's a lie.
Let me tell you why it behooves you, though.
It's a lie.
Let me tell you why it behooves
It's a
you.
lie.
Let me tell you why us, and let me
We
tell
talking
you.
about
Wait a
we
minute.
talking about
I'm finna talk
you
together
scared
for you.
of, oh, ain't nobody saying his voice. Ain't
I
nobody
know.
heard
I'm
his
finna
face.
show you
But
why.
I just came
I'm
you back
finna
to the
show you
Old
why.
Testament and showed you
I'm
they
finna
saw
show you
it.
why.
They
I'm
saw
going
it.
to show you why.
They saw it.
I'm going to show you
So
why.
you laugh.
No, I'm going to show you why the Bible is absolute in its entirety.
You laugh.
When you see where he say, let us make man.
We ain't talking about
We ain't talking about us. We know that you believe that Yah, wait a minute, you believe that Yah is the only God there is.
No, he's the only real God, the only true God, the only real almighty, but it's many gods. The Chinese got their own God. The Muslims got their own God. Hey, I'm talking about many gods. But we got the real.
I'm talking about when the Lord said unto my Lord, who is he talking to?
My brother already told you that.
Listen,
You
man.
ain't listening.
Who he talking to?
That was somebody talking about King David and the relationship between Yah and King David. Yah put his enemies under his foot.
Let's go.
Right here and
Put his enemies under his foot.
yeah, he already did that. A lifetime in the Bible can also mean, a forever can be a lifetime, a lifespan.
So this guy talking today.
No, that's another person talking about Yah and David relationship.
You understand me?
So that's another person writing. David was the author. Wait a minute. David was the author of the book that we're referring to.
David didn't write all the Psalms though. All the Psalms in the book of Psalms, David didn't write all of them.
No, he wrote like 70 something.
Yeah, 70 something of
He
them.
said 70 something. He wrote about 70
And
something.
this statement was made in which part?
This 110 and
So you saying
one.
somebody else made that statement, and he was referring to a relationship that
Listen,
David
man.
had with God. And he said, sit there on my right hand until I make your enemies not your footstool. Do you understand what is being said? He said, sit at my right hand until I make your enemies your footstool. Listen to what is being said. The Lord said unto my Lord, sit at my right hand. So he told David, sit down, David, at my right hand until I make all the world, or anybody that come against you, I'm going to put them at your feet.
Okay,
And they can walk. I'm asking.
we're going to 1 King, the 5th chapter, and the second and third verse.
1 King what?
1 King, 5th chapter, 2nd and 3rd verse.
Fifth chapter.
The what chapter now?
The 5th chapter.
Okay.
2nd and 3rd verse. And Solomon said to Hiram, saying, thou knowest how that David, my father, could not build an house unto the name of Yah. For the wars which were about him on every side, until Yah put them under the soles of his feet. That's what that's talking about, that
That's
one
tough,
thing.
that baby boy.
Put them under the soles of his feet till it make us feel his
Papa
footstool.
corn now. Oh, he
Put
Papa
him under the
corn.
soles of his feet. That's what he's talking about right there. See, that 110 and 110. Yes, it is.
It's it.
Look, read that again.
Yes, it
Thou
is.
knowest how that David my father could not build the house unto the name of the Lord his God.
Because of
For
the wars.
Wait a minute. Because of the war.
Yeah.
He couldn't build.
The wars is enemies.
That's right. Which were about him on every side. And
On
the
every
Lord
side,
put him
under his
the sole
foot.
of
Put his enemies under his
So,
foot.
what they're referring to in that scripture right there is the reason why David could not build God's house. He still didn't build.
I know.
We know that.
Okay,
I know, but what I'm saying is that y'all did. Okay, he said. Okay, I'm at 110. Yah said unto David, sit thou at my right hand until I make thy enemies thy footstool. Yah said unto David, Yah said unto David, sit thou at my right hand until I make thy enemies thy footstool.
Let me read.
Yah
the
shall
Lord said unto my Lord, sit thou at my right hand until I make thy enemies thy footstool. The Lord shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion, rule thou in the midst of thine enemies. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power and the beauty of holiness from the womb of the morning. Thou hast the dew of thy youth. The Lord hath sworn and will not repent, for thou art a priest forever. David wasn't no priest.
Yes, he was. He did that priestly duty.
David wasn't no priest.
He did priestly duties. He performed the everything.
David was not a priest.
See that book right there. Let me see that book right there. Yeah.
After all of that, the Lord at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of thy wrath. Now, where was the day of David's wrath? Tell me that. Where was the day of David's wrath? David didn't have a day of wrath. He talking about somebody else, man.
When did JC have a day of wrath?
He did it ain't came.
No, it ain't gonna come either. Because he told his disciples in Genesis, Matthew 24 and 36, he said, this generation shall not pass till all these things, what's the name? He told some of them, you ain't even gonna taste the death. You ain't even gonna taste, all died. All his apostles died.
When he said, the Lord at thy right hand shall strike the king in the day of his wrath.
This is what I came back and said.
The Lord at thy right hand. The Lord gonna be at your right hand and shall strike the king in the day of his wrath. That's something that needs to be answered.
That's David, right?
That's not David. David didn't have a day of wrath.
Well, who was it then?
David did have a day of wrath. David killed so many people. He had so much blood on his hand, it didn't make no sense.
David was going to kill people and put his enemy down, and that's why he couldn't build him a house. Now, the day of wrath is different than you going to war. The day of wrath, look up the word wrath. The word wrath don't mean war. And wrath is a day of wrath. Not wars. It's a day of wrath. It's singular. And it's a day that's going to come like no other day. When you look in the Bible, you look up the day of wrath, you talk about a day like no other day. Even in the old book, they talk about that. When the sun going to get black and the moon going to look like blood. That's the day of wrath. Now we talking about somebody else, brother. David didn't have no day of wrath. He ain't got the power, nor the knowledge. All he can do is speak on it. What we need to do, if you don't believe in JC, find out who it is and educate me. Please. But don't keep putting David under the bus. Don't keep putting Joshua under the bus. Don't keep putting Ezekiel and Daniel and Obadiah and all the prophets under the bus.
But he ain't gonna believe no book like that. He ain't gonna believe no book like that though. I'm talking about all that whole, that ain't number one chapter. He ain't gonna believe none of that.
Right here in pink?
Read all that whole chapter. But I read the whole chapter. But I mean, you ain't gonna believe that though.
We as people.
I'm gonna leave these books with you, so you go through them and pop that corn while I'm gone to them.
Right.
Oh, I gotta come back. I'm glad you're leaving something. Because he needs something.
I'm leaving.
Because if you leave it, I'm gonna have it.
See, I need to do that 21 years with him.
If you leave it, I'm gonna have it in the wrist. I had him here about 6 hours. I didn't know nothing. He said he was gonna put the camera on. I had never been in front of a camera. I was shaking like a leaf. But as soon as we got in the ring and they in the back and the crowd started chanting and we started buying, I knew what I was doing. Now I had never seen the camera like, whoa. He said, "Oh, what is y'all?" I said, "Man, the brother bringing the camera. What we need a camera for? Brother, we just reading the book." But now that he didn't put the camera in front of me,
now he fell in love with it. You fell in love with the camera.
So don't leave him without some help.
Oh, yeah?
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I got my ammo right here.
That right there break down every prophet.
You can't show me.
Well, I just showed you when they saw him in the Old Testament.
I just told you you ain't gonna believe like he said.
See the thing about it though,
you ain't gonna believe what I'm saying.
Y'all said he chose a remnant. Me and Yehuda is the only one that believe in the old. So that's a small remnant. That's a small remnant.
I would agree, and I'm agreeing. Because I say, even though I say Jesus, young boy, he came when God was there. He was pulling out monkey.
Zeus, right?
Well, he was pulling out monkey paper. showing me blonde hair, blue eyes. I'm like, hey brother, how you gonna believe or think that that's me? That's what he did.
That's what he did.
What I'm telling you is that I know that's not.
Hold on, I'll be right. Let me show you who he believes. Who he talking about? I'll be right back. No, I'll be right back.
Hold up for a minute. Let him
He's already gonna go pull out. He's going to do. He's going to get his comic books, man.
I keep telling you. Quit reading.
Hold on, don't leave yet. Hold on, I ain't yet. Wait.
Look at it.
Don't leave yet.
Hey, look, man, I got she got to do something.
Thank you, brother.
I got to go.
Thank you, brother.
But I want to close out though and say, it was
We'll have to get together again.
See what he spent his money on? See what he spent his money on?
Hey, that's what he talking about. That's what they believe in. You know what I'm saying? Say it, bring. Hey, I'm trying to break. I'm trying to God. I'll kill this shit.
Hey, well, we gonna close out, Brother Yehuda. You know, it was an honor and pleasure to be here and talk about the brother. But I told Brother Yehuda make sure he be here, man. What's his name?
Willie.
Okay, Brother Willie, the right.
All right,
man. It was a pleasure meeting you, man. You know, you have it. That boy, you don't know how much laughing I done done.
I got the new restaurant. I said, he told me to be there. I said, I'm closing now. And then at the last minute, some people came in, and my boy pulled up. I said, I'm sweating before I go over there. I know I have to sweat when I go. I said, I'm still messing with this dude.
Oh no, we like, hey, boy, we like to come.
And then he goes to pull it out.
You gotta walk on G Money.
He done really bought some ramen towels. Boy, you.
Hey, look, but you know, me and Yehuda, after reading the Bible so many times and reading that New Testament, man, I just can't see that that's the inspired words of the Most High. I just can't see it because it's not really prophets saying that. You know, it's apostles and epistles, and I just can't get with that. I'm sorry, I just can't get with it. I'm a hold Yah to His word. Yah says in the Ten Commandments, "Thou shalt not have no other power before me, no false god before me, and to trust in Him and do His laws and commandments." So that's all I need to do.
That's right.
That's it.
Ain't gotta be baptized and go to church.
All that old
pay
stuff.
tithe.
Nah, all that old
All
stuff.
that some clown mess.
The tithe stuff came from the Levite priest.
Right.
And that was just their portion out of 12 tribes.
Well, my brother, I sure appreciate my brother coming. He came a long way to bring his message. And we're going to close
it's
out.
Hard. You know, I had to do this on the regular with y'all, but since I can't be here on the regular, I just, you know, it's a whole lot of things I can show. And I really wanted to go through the Bible, but it's hard. You can't do nothing in no 2-3 hours. You can't do nothing in no 2-3 hours.
But G Money, he left, man. He
but G Money made his point. He got his own belief. You know, I never heard of Messianic Hebrews. You know, y'all don't say nothing about no Messianic Hebrews. He just said we Hebrew Israelites.
Right. Well, I asked him when he made the first thing. I said, "Why you put that title on me, man? You remember the title you put on the debate?"
Yeah.
Whatever. I said, I don't know what he put up there, but he don't know nothing about it.
Don't close out.
You ain't
gonna say nothing?
No. Go ahead.
All right, man, we're going to close out. Well, I don't know what the next one's going to be, but we tried to prove a point. You see the brothers got mad and assaulted again. You know, as usual, they run out the door because they ain't got a leg to stand on. But if you popping corn and telling the truth, you ain't going to run from nobody. You get the Pope of Rome come through here, we're going to challenge him. You understand me? We only serve Yah, and we're going to close out. Shalom.